And he says, "Go Hogs, get in the truck." That's Chuck.
Hey, thanks for tuning in this morning. Hang out with Bo and me every weekday morning from 6 to 9 live on YouTube or Twitter, or catch up with the podcast version of the show available on Spotify and Apple.
Previously heard on Chuck and Bo.
Well, the reality is, guys, in the sports world, fans, we all think we know. We know everything about sports. We have all the answers. Now, when you take your car down to get it fixed, you don't look at the guy and go, "That's not how you do that. Are you an idiot? That's not how that works." You don't go to the doctor's office and say, I don't know. I don't really like. Some people are absolute know-it-alls. They want to tell the pilot how to fly the plane. But most of us know. We like realize that's not our lane. But in sports, it's everybody's lane.
Chuck and Bo Show.
I would resist the urge to drink this morning.
Stop. I'm done.
You said a lot of good things there.
Well, I don't know if I said one good thing.
I met a guy last night, love y'all to death, Jeff.
You mind if I share?
I'm looking forward to
The show of record for Razorback fans.
I'm at my Sunday school, and first thing he says when we hop in the car, he says, "Let's turn on the Chuck and Bo show."
It's too early for this kind of conversation. I'm still half asleep.
Here are your hosts, Chuck Barrett and Bo Mattingly.
All right, well, here we go.
Stretch, 1-2 count. The pitch to Turner is hit in the air to right center field. It's hit deep. Back is Mosley. Kristen Turner is the hero. And the Hogs have won it on Turner's second home run of the year.
You know, he just absolutely crushed that pitch. You know, it was into the wind. I didn't know if it had enough. I think on a normal day it goes way out, but he got all of it. To me, it was like a fearless at bat.
They'll mob him at the plate. The Hogs take 2 out of 3. And they will not hold the Hogs from the third base dugout. Now they're going to celebrate right in front of Ole Miss. Enjoy that scene, Rebels.
Man, what a day. What a finish. Christian Turner saves the weekend.
That was wild. I was
a,
glued to the television.
I was too.
I had to leave like 20, 30 minutes earlier to run some errands. I had to go get stuff for dinner and all this, and I couldn't leave. I mean, Christian Turner.
I was the same way. I had a couple of things I needed to go do, and I thought, well, I'm going to go do this when the game's over. And, man, what a finish. I mean, it really was. It was too hard to leave.
That just reminded me of what you've been waiting for all year with Razorback baseball, because of what you've seen so many times in the past. It just felt like, oh, there it is. And the crowd getting with him right before he hit it out. He hit it almost out down the left field line, foul, and that would have been a double and probably tied the game. But then he fouled one off his foot, and he just kind of they had the camera on him, and he was like just acting like it didn't hurt, was getting all pumped up, and the crowd started cheering, and then bang, ball game.
You know, it was a great at bat. That's the thing that I thought, even before he hit the home run, was what a great at bat he's having. And Souza had a great at bat right before that. And that's the difference. When people talk about, you know, why is a team winning? Why is a team not winning? There's such a fine line between winning and losing a ball game. And I just thought that both those at bats were winning at bats. Those were at bats that a month ago, I'm not sure if we get the same result, you know, that we got yesterday afternoon. You know, he hadn't had a hit in about a month. And, you know, this was, I think, the seventh pitch of the at-bat. You talked about the foul balls. And, you know, when you frustrate a pitcher by spoiling 2-strike pitches, you know, pitches that he thinks he's going to get an out on, you know, he came with that breaking ball, slider, and left it right there. And, you know, that was just a great moment. Phil had a great call. It was a great moment. Beating Ole Miss. There's something about beating Ole Miss in baseball.
Well, and this year, you know, it feels like you had to win the series.
Yes.
You know, like you're in a position where you're fighting for everything right now. And, you know, what are they, middle of the pack, a little ahead of middle of the pack? I can't remember if they're 6th, 7th, right in there.
6th.
They were tied for 6th. Florida's game, there was like a 3-way tiebreaker for 6th with Alabama, Florida, and Arkansas. And Arkansas had swept Bama. Florida had swept Arkansas, and I don't know what happened with Florida and Alabama. but they're right there.
Alabama swept this weekend.
So it's a matter of, the last couple of series are going to determine whether they're going to host. But they certainly helped themselves this weekend. That was huge, winning 2 of 3, and to do it in dramatic fashion like that was fun.
Well, yeah, I mean that was that made it great for the fans, and you got 6 games left, and Oklahoma is a lot like Ole Miss. That's a winnable series. Kentucky, they've played well at home, and Arkansas has got to go up there. They're not going to win the SEC. Arkansas is not going to win the SEC. But while the odds may not be with them, they are not out of the hosting conversation. I'm not sure where their RPI is this morning, but Ole Miss's was really good, and Arkansas won the series. So Arkansas is going to get a bump there. Oklahoma is going to have a better RPI going into the series next weekend than Arkansas. So if you win that series, you get a bump. So I don't think it's out of the question. It's again, the odds aren't with them, but what happened yesterday sure does help.
A lot of fun.
Oh, yeah.
And then Aloy hit a 470-foot home run that went in the barbecue truck in the
that was violent.
in the hog pit.
That was, to use an old expression, that was good old country hardball right there. I mean, he threw it as hard as he could. Aloy swung as hard as he could. And it was that one time, man. He's walked into it, and he hit it, about as far as he can hit it, I'm going to guess.
117 exit velo.
Yeah, I mean, it was,
Now, I've heard of him going to Golf USA and hitting golf balls that are, I forget what they told me it was, but it's harder than anybody's ever hit a golf ball in there. His hand-eye is so ridiculous. I mean, he can hit a drive over 400 yards.
Yeah.
And that's what it looked like. That's what it looked like when he hit it out to left in that particular swing. I've not like
it doesn't work every time, but when it works, man, it's something to see.
Just for some context, in the MLB this season, there's only been 2 hits that have 117 exit velo or higher.
Yeah, I mean,
in the MLB all season.
That was one of those, kind of perfect moments there. Again, that kid threw that ball as hard as he could. And Lloyd did swing the bat as hard as he could. And the pitch did a lot of the work. The swing did the rest. And away it went.
You don't see a follow-through swing that looked quite like that one.
And you don't hit it that far on a breaking ball, generally speaking. I mean, the pitch generates some of the power. And then he had a little bit more power. And it was violent. It was just a violent swing.
What a weekend. You had the Derby.
It's a great
A
derby.
great trip to Oaklawn. A lot of horse racing. Chuck handed out the trophy in the winner's circle.
Well, all of a sudden I had a trophy in my hand, and it was really weird. You were there.
It was cool. Yeah. That was a good time.
It was weird.
It was
surreal.
Yeah.
It was like all of a sudden it's like, what's going on here? And then that horse, which is like huge, passes right there in front of us, and it's like, wow.
Did you see the picture?
Yeah, I saw the picture. Yeah, it was good.
I saw it. Bart put a picture in my office.
I saw it. Bart had it sitting right here in front.
I just lost the name of the horse. I just forgot the name of the horse that won. We can't ever forget that.
270.
Yeah, it was something like that.
207.
I can go look.
It's a 2 and a 7 and an 0 in there.
It's like,
there it is.
oh, you got it right there. It's on the thing.
Right
Yeah. There. Oh, look at that. Hold that thing up.
270.
Yeah. Is that what it is? 270.
270. Yeah.
Is it? Let me see the
Suitable
spelling
for framing.
Yeah. Yeah. 2, 7, and a 0. Yeah.
That's it right there.
270.
By a neck. See it? Winning by a neck.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was a magic moment.
Down there on the track with the finish.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
It was it was cool.
And Edward's wife said she's never seen a bigger smile on your face.
Well, Edward's wife has not seen me that often. Maybe the time she's seen me.
It's not. It's not. Never when you're around Edward.
And she watches the show every day.
That's right.
Yeah,
Nice.
it's a different kind of a deal.
Well, it's a
That's
different
the
deal
content.
there. It's a
Posing
different-
for a photo.
I mean, we're laughing all the time at Bart. I mean,
Yeah. Right.
What do you want? We're
Posing-
laughing hysterically.
Posing for a photo at
It
Oaklawn.
was a big smile. It
Well,
was-
yeah.
Well,
You're in
you're in the winner's circle, man. I mean, come on.
Yeah, that's what it is. Absolutely.
This young man next to me is the one that owned the horse.
And then here we go with the Derby on Saturday afternoon. What a race. What a race. That was a wild, wild finish.
You know, for me, when I watch a horse race that, like, I remember later, it generally involves somebody coming from back of the pack.
Yeah.
And that drone shot they had when, you know, it just started weaving through horses and the pack.
Wide
and all
open
of a
back
sudden,
there.
Bang. Yeah.
Not how you would necessarily
unimpeded
plan it, but
Yeah.
it worked out
Yes.
perfectly.
And it was, you know, the Ortiz brothers finished 1-2. And that was a pretty big deal,
You
too.
love seeing the emotion from a guy winning the Derby like that. It was just great television.
$3.1 million to the winner.
And then we had the horse that bucked the jockey before they got the starting gate.
Yeah.
Was that Great White?
Great White.
Great White.
Beautiful horse.
Yeah. Well, they're all beautiful. And that was, you
But
know,
I mean, like
you worry when something like that
people are
happens.
like, oh, look at that gray. That's just a beautiful. Oh, no.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
I know.
That jockey was so upset.
Yeah.
Can you imagine?
What's his first Derby?
Getting ready to run the Derby and your horse decides to buck you before you get in the gate? That would be that'd be a lifetime
That'd be a
bummer.
letdown.
That'd be a lifetime bummer.
Well, hopefully he'll get a chance to ride a different one, you know, at some point in his career.
What do you say to the jockey? It's all right, son. There'll be another one.
Yeah.
There'll be another-
Oh,
You got to get back on the horse.
Yeah, got to get back up on that horse.
It's had to take away from the weekend.
You know,
They took the horse away. You can't get back on the horse.
here's the thing. It's like, you know, that race on Saturday is not the last race. I mean, there were more races after that at Churchill Downs. And like 2/3 of the guys that rode in the Derby, I mean, they're riding in the next race. I mean, these guys, you know, even the ones that ride the stars, I guess, if you want to use that term, they're working jockeys. You know, they're right back on a different horse for the next race.
Yeah, I did wonder about that when we were watching.
Now,
the
Jose
races.
Ortiz was not on – he did not have a ride in the next race. But Irad Ortiz Jr. did.
For people that know a lot about horse racing, which I'm not one of, I will sound quite foolish here, which is fine. But I did wonder about the number of jockeys that are riding race to race all day at Oaklawn and how taxing that is. Like, that, it has to be tiring.
These jockeys are like college basketball refs, man. They're in one place Saturday and a different place Sunday, and they're riding across the country on Tuesday and back on Saturday. They are all over the place, and they really are. They are like college basketball refs. There's no telling where you'll see them turn up.
Is it tiring running race to race to race?
I don't know.
I know
I've never done
that's
it.
what I'm asking.
Yeah.
I wonder. It just seems
It'd wear
like
me
would.
out.
Wears you out watching.
It wears everybody else out, too.
Well, it's a reaction Monday. We've got it all here today, and the Hogs, we've got 2 of 3 in dramatic fashion, and a walk-off home run from Christian Turner at Baum Walker on Sunday afternoon. If you want to get in here, it's 877-377-6963. We're off and running. By the way, it's honeymoon week. Starts on Friday.
Yes, it does.
So I just want to remind you guys.
That was nice of you to invite us all to go with you.
Yeah,
You know, we're just going to do the show from down there next
you're
week.
welcome to show up.
Kara was really a good sport about that when you brought it up.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, you're welcome to show up.
This is
It's a
going to
big
be fun.
place.
This is going to be fun.
It's a big place. We won't even see you. I mean, man, we'll wave at the pool. You know, it'll be good. 6:15. Good morning.
Just get it together, people. You obviously are completely incompetent. I'm so sick of the morons, man.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Oaklawn is here for when you want the ultimate escape, all in one place. Check into the luxury hotel. Escape to Astral Spa, the only Forbes 4-star rated spa in Arkansas. Indulge at award-winning restaurants like the Bugler or the Oak Room and Bar, all before having the time of your life at the 24/7 smoke-free casino, where the energy goes all night. Here, excitement and luxury meet under one roof. Oaklawn Hot Springs. Join the fun. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Life is better with community banking from First Security, where personal connections make a difference every day. Families get bankers who know their names, know their needs, and love to help. Businesses work with responsive lenders who make fast local decisions that help build success. And communities thrive with First Security because our team is rooted here too. Choose the power of personal. First Security. Bank better. fsbank.com, member FDIC.
If you've been settling for a light beer that just doesn't quite do it, it's time to try Flight by Yingling. With nearly 200 years of tradition behind every sip and only 95 calories and 2.6 carbs in every can. Whether you're golfing, at a tailgate, or just hanging out in the backyard with friends, Flight delivers real beer flavor without the extra calories. Light beer and a full beer taste. That's something you don't have to apologize for. Flight by Yingling, the next generation of light beer. Hey, it's Bo, and what if home meant waking up to bent grass fairways, mountain views, and a community that actually feels like one? Big Creek Golf and Country Club in Mountain Home, Arkansas has just released brand new home sites right on the golf course. The first new construction in 20 years. These are premium properties in a safe, welcoming community surrounded by the natural beauty of the Ozarks at a price that might surprise you. Go big and go home. Visit BigCreekGolf.com today. That's BigCreekGolf.com. Dale, good morning. You're on the Chuck and Bo Show.
Oh my gosh, I'm finally on.
You're on.
I've been listening to you guys forever. You guys are awesome.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Hey, it's Bo. What should you expect when it comes to a roof or a remodel? Here's Teamwork COO Brett Husky.
We make it easy. That's the first thing. Because when we looked at this, we felt like the process shouldn't be hard. And the easier we can make it for customers, the easier it makes it for us and for our people to continue to do business.
Teamwork Roofing and Construction, making it easy, and now offering financing. Log on to their website, teamworkbuilt.com. Teamwork Roofing and Construction, built on quality, powered by Teamwork.
There are some traditions in Arkansas that we pass down from generation to generation, and at Blakeman's, they believe your jewelry should be one of them. As the official jeweler of the Arkansas Razorbacks, they've spent over 35 years helping families celebrate their most meaningful moments right here in Northwest Arkansas. This Mother's Day, honor the woman who started it all with a gift as remarkable as she is. From brilliant diamonds to modern-day essentials for daily wear, Blakeman's Fine Jewelry, celebrating Arkansas families since 1987.
If you haven't tried a Flight by Yingling, you're missing out on the great taste of Yingling that is a light beer. It's the next generation of light beer. Get it on draft, in the can, the new skinny cans, and now the new 16-ounce resealable twist-off aluminum bottle. Perfect for any occasion. It's just 95 calories, and you're still enjoying a Yingling. Take your beer game to new heights with Flight by Yingling, the next generation of light beer.
For over 20 years, ProLand Title has been making title insurance easy for Arkansas families. Founded right here in Arkansas with over 45 offices statewide, our team of title insurance veterans will work alongside you every step of the way. They're independently owned, so their only priority is you. ProLand Title can say yes when others can't. Cheer for the pigs, close with the pros. Visit ProLandTitle.com to get a quote today.
The Chuck and Bo Show on demand is driven by the Fayetteville Auto Park. Catch up on all 3 hours with the podcast version on Spotify and Apple. Just search for the Chuck and Bo Show.
I've learned so much just off the air today, listening to Bart and Edward and Riley. I'm really out of touch. I mean, I really am.
With what?
With everything.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
I feel in touch this morning, though.
Yeah, what are you in touch?
Well, I mean, just everything that's going on. I feel like I'm interested in everything that's happening right now. I am.
Ekezie went to Louisville.
Yeah, I know. I was kind of bummed about that. You know, we talked about this some over. You and I did some over the weekend, and I'm telling you, wherever I went anyway, Saturday and Friday, it was like, hey, what's that Ekezie kid going to do?
Wondering what he's going to do.
Yeah, and you know, the thought was, well, if it boils down to just money, I mean, if money's the overriding issue here, everybody's in play. BYU, Louisville, everybody. If it's about other things, Arkansas may be the one that gets him. But, Louisville's been spending money like drunken sailors. I mean, they have. And I'm not knocking them. I'm just saying they have been. And I don't know how much this guy got, but I'll bet it's a lot.
Well, they're the school this year that seems to be doing that. There's going to be a couple every year, maybe more than a couple, but that one seems pretty obvious.
Yeah, this is the year they're spending money.
And, honestly, what is Louisville, and I'm not trying to be funny, what does Louisville have going for it? Like, what do they have going for themselves? And so they're gonna there are desperate teams out there. I'm not saying every team doing it's desperate and they're not winning at anything, but that kind of feels like Louisville to a certain extent.
Well, they've got a state championship to win too there, and Kentucky's struggling right now, and they smell the blood, and I think that's a factor too.
I think you're right.
You know,
but it only takes one school to do that.
Oh, you're right.
To really kind of throw things off kilter and out of whack. And college athletics is out of whack. You know, I was looking at a story that the Big Ten's going to distribute $1.37 billion to their teams. And that means that full members will receive $76 to $79 million in distributions. Ohio State and Penn State get $91.5 and $89 million for participating in the college football playoffs, so they get a little bit more. The SEC announced back in February that it's distributing, and they do it all evenly among their teams, and they're distributing $72.4 million. Now, I've been doing this. I forget how long sometimes, but I can remember them distributing $40 million in the SEC.
I remember 20.
And thinking it was a huge deal. And what I was thinking this morning, and I know we talk about this all the time, but it's never going to be enough money. I mean, you've basically doubled in, a decade what you were getting previously in distributions. And now we're watching stories, looking at stories. Kyle Whittingham was quoted in a story over the weekend. There'll be 12 to 15 college football teams next year with $50 million rosters.
Yep.
That was the entire distribution of the athletic department just a few short years ago.
Well, Arkansas's overall budget when they went to the SEC was barely $10 million. I mean, it's just it's incredible what's happened. And I mean, we can, and I'm the world's worst about saying, well, it used to be this way, it used to be that way. The reality is it's not that way anymore. But I have to admit, when, people were talking about $20-25 million and, that gets you in the game. And yes, to a great extent it does. I mean, it gets you in the game.
It did.
But it doesn't get you in necessarily where the big dogs are playing. And you just shake your head. And, for every dollar you raise, it seems like somebody else is raising two. And I don't know where it ends. I have no idea where it ends.
Well, that's my question. When you get a team like Louisville and they're willing to pay this year and you're not, and so you do things like you think you should. I think Cal's one of the few coaches out there that actually can sort of have a conscience, have some parameters and a budget and stay with it and do well. But when you have a school that's willing to overpay for players, it just drives up the market. And so next year, more programs will do it. And then the next year, more programs will do it. And that's what we're seeing in college football. And where does it end? It's not sustainable for most of the country.
It's sustainable for those 10, 12 schools that have $50 million rosters.
Or they pop up and have it one year and they can't afford to have it the next year because it didn't work out.
Yeah.
If it works out, you might be able to keep doing it. But the number's just going to grow. It's just going to continue because there's no equilibrium to it. There's no gravity. So every year it just becomes more until there's not going to be there's no limit.
Well, in terms of this Ekezie kid, I don't know how much he's getting. I'm certain it's more than he's worth. And that doesn't mean he's not worth a lot. I'm just sure that they overpaid for him.
It's more than most people are willing to pay.
More than most people will make in their lifetime. And I'm glad, just to be very honest with you, I'm glad we don't do that. And by we, I mean the Razorbacks, our team. I'm glad they don't do it. We cannot, as fans, talk out of one side of our mouth and say, oh, this NIL is just destroying college football, and then get mad when we don't overpay or when your team doesn't overpay, whoever your team is. I don't know what it means to next, as far as next season goes, as far as how far Arkansas goes or how far Louisville goes. I have no idea. But I'm not bothered by the fact that the team I root for doesn't overpay. And I'm sure that there are times they've paid more than they probably felt like they should have. I'm not saying you feel like you get every dollar's worth out of every player that you sign. But generally speaking, Arkansas is not going to go nuts and give some kids $6 or $7 million because they happen to have it laying around right then.
You're exactly. They're not going to. Let me ask you this question: when NIL first started in the transfer portal, I think a lot of people looked at it as an opportunity for a team like Arkansas, who doesn't have a huge recruiting base, as other schools in this league do, to keep up. Hey, if we can just come up with money, we can keep up. I am wondering now if we're all the way back to, hey, this thing, if you're looking at a team like Arkansas, it needs to be regulated for an Arkansas to compete. And when I say Arkansas, that covers a lot of schools. You need some regulation here. You need some caps to be able to compete. Would you rather it be unregulated or regulated? Do you think you have a better chance when it's not regulated, the world we're living in now, or if they get back to more of a, hey, everybody can only spend this much money on a roster?
Well, there aren't many systems devised where the rich don't get richer and the poor don't get poorer. That's just kind of how the world works. And I don't see a scenario for a lot of these small places that struggle to raise this money. I just don't see a scenario for them to jump up and win a championship unless they can unicorn it like what Indiana did. And I do think it's a unicorn. I mean, there's a reason why it hadn't happened in 100 years. And so maybe somebody will. That's who everybody cites, obviously. But the further we get into this, the more I think there is the realization that, other places have the same advantages they had before. It's just a little bit different now.
I'm talking about, from a competition standpoint, regulating it. Like more like pro sports, salary caps. And there's still the rich get richer in pro sports, and there are teams that will never, ever win a championship in pro sports again in all probability. And I think Major League Baseball's got that issue. It's more, you have more, I don't want to say parity, but you have more evenness in the NFL. Right now, this is really unregulated. And do you think you have a better chance of, if it's regulated or staying unregulated and maybe having a unicorn situation pop up? Like Tyson with basketball or Cuban and what happened with Indiana. Which one? I just think it's an interesting thing to hear from people on. Like, what would you rather have? Which system gives you the better chance? Mm-hmm. Or is there a system that you can find that will give you a chance?
Here's the thing. Those 12, 15 schools that are going to have $50 million rosters, they rule the roost, and they call the shots. And there's no reason for them to regulate anything. They've got the money. They've got the fan base. They've got they got the money. And so they're not going to regulate anything. They're not going to share anything. And that's the reason I don't hold out a lot of hope that there's going to be the wholesale regulation that a lot of people think we need. I hear fans calling for it. I hear athletic figures say it publicly, but I don't see any proof in anybody's action.
That's one. I know we got to hit a break. That's the big reason you can't get anything changed in the NCAA. It's because there's so many people that have competing interest, even within your own conference, even within, a team. We're not, that's why it has to be set up for those people, because they're never going to agree on what change should look like. That's where the government conversation has started. And I don't think anything's of significance going to happen with the government, to your point. So it's probably not going to change, at least not the way that would make sense.
we are going to have to enjoy moments like the one we had yesterday. I think that, college fans out there, particularly in our situation here, we're not going to have as much money as a lot of the others. And sometimes that's going to be reflected in the record of the teams. That's just the cold, hard reality of things. That's why fans love moments like, what we had yesterday. There's all this other stuff. There's so many things to look at. And, sometimes you shake your head and wonder if you have a prayer. And then you have a moment like yesterday. And that's why you keep coming back.
Money's always an issue, but it doesn't have to be when it comes to your roof. Teamwork Roofing and Construction, making it easier to upgrade your roof. Here's something you may not know. Not all roofs are installed the same, and not all roofs are paid for the same. And they're now offering financing options like 0 down, 0% for 12 months, or low fixed payments over time and no payments for 60 days. Need help with your deductible? Insurance denied your claim? Or if you're just ready for those big upgrades to the exterior, financing options are available. It's teamworkbuilt.com. Teamworkbuilt.com. Teamwork Roofing and Construction, powered by Teamwork.
We got wackos, people. There are wackos everywhere.
I call them our bays. I mean, you call them wackos as well.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Looking for tough, reliable equipment from folks who feel like neighbors? WT Equipment is a local, family-owned dealership with 8 locations across Arkansas. They're Big Hog fans, just like you, and they're always ready to help you find the right equipment for your job. WT Equipment carries the brands you trust to get the work done right. Whether you need equipment, implements, or powerful Bobcat machines, the friendly team at WT Equipment is ready to help. Visit WTEquip.com. Great people, great prices, and plenty to pick from. You get it all at Fayetteville Auto Park. Acuras, Chevys, Hondas, Toyotas, even a collision center, all at one location. Shop new, used, and certified pre-owned. Plus, Fayetteville Auto Park has hundreds of new and pre-owned automobiles with big discounts starting at under $30,000. Shop our complete selection online at FayettevilleAutopark.com. That's FayettevilleAutopark.com. I know this is an audio medium, and I shouldn't just shake my head, but words fail me.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Will Chuck and I still be doing a show when Arkansas wins a national championship in football?
No. And I'm, no.
We'll all be dead and gone.
No.
Well, what about Everett? Will he be here to see it?
What about What about Bennett?
What about my son?
Yeah, what about Bennett? He's not even, how old's Bennett? 2?
He'll be 2 1 month from now.
I mean, there's
Now, why do you say that?
My point is there is no evidence.
Okay, good.
There is no evidence whatsoever that points to that.
How about Ryder,
based on
my grandkid?
what we have
Ryder's slightly
today?
older.
Does my grandkid have a chance
Sure,
at a lifetime
maybe
football
so.
national
Maybe so.
championship?
What about Ryder's children?
I don't
So
even
that's
know.
the near future.
Yeah.
That's the near future.
Look, I mean,
Now, come on, Bart. Why do you say that?
because there's no evidence to support the idea that Arkansas is anywhere remotely close to competing for a national championship in football. There's zero evidence to
What if
point
they
to
get
that.
lucky?
Well, you know,
I disagree slightly.
Oh, okay, that's fine. But
I'll tell you why. But go ahead.
There's nothing that says that this roster, that this coaching staff, that anything is remotely close to winning a championship.
Well, they just got here.
Well, I know.
And they would have said this. In fairness, they would have said the same thing about Cignetti when he got to Indiana.
Sure, maybe so. And sure, you can catch lightning in a bottle, but there are so many other sports that are an awful lot closer to winning a national championship here than.
But does it matter?
Football.
I'm talking about not to that team and the program. I'm talking about the fan base, which is every Arkansan that cares anything about the Razorbacks. Does it matter if you win every single championship in 18 other sports, does it matter?
It should. It should, because you're not going to win one in football anytime soon.
Yeah, but whether it should or not, it doesn't change whether it does.
I understand that. I do. I really do.
You know, Oaklawn and Hot Springs is where excitement, luxury, and nonstop action come together, all in one unforgettable destination. The Oaklawn Casino Resort features a 24/7 smoke-free casino with more than 1,500 slot machines, plus blackjack, craps, roulette, along with great dining, live entertainment, and energy that goes all night. When it comes time to relax, check into the luxury hotel, enjoy award-winning restaurants like the Bugler, and unwind at the Astral Spa, Arkansas's only Forbes 4-star rated spa. And it's the perfect escape with Hot Springs National Park and beautiful scenic lakes just minutes away. And for sports fans, Oaklawn Sportsbook keeps the action going year-round. Bet on football, basketball, baseball, golf, and more. Even international sports with easy deposits and withdrawals, all through America's best sports betting app. Oaklawn is your Hot Springs escape. Plan your visit today at oaklawn.com.
When you're looking for tough, reliable equipment for people you trust, WT Equipment delivers. WT Equipment is a local, family-owned dealership with 8 locations across Arkansas, and they've built their reputation by carrying the brands you know and depend on. From Bobcat to New Holland, Hustler, and Steel, they have the equipment and implements to get the job done right. Whether you're tackling a big job or everyday work, WT Equipment offers a full lineup of Bobcat machines built for power and performance, including compact track loaders, skid steers, excavators, and more. Their lots are packed and ready to move with special deals you don't want to miss. Bobcat is the industry leader, tough, reliable, and built to handle any job you throw at. Nobody does light construction or hay and forage better than WT Equipment. Backed by trusted service and support long after the sale. Stop by your nearest WT Equipment location today or log on to WTEquip.com.
I will confess, I've reached the point in my life when my main goal every day is to get home. So once I'm there, it's going to take quite a bit to get me back out.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
You know, he just absolutely crushed that pitch. You know, it was into the wind. I didn't know if it had enough. I think on a normal day it goes way out. But he got all of it, and it was some type of off-speed pitch. And just a really, to me, it was like a fearless at-bat. Moment wasn't too big for him. He just kept fighting. The dugout was fighting. The fans started cheering. They were behind him, and that was really good to hear. When our fans started, I know his adrenaline was rolling, and it might have got him over the hump.
Is he 18 years old? I mean, what a moment. You know, he was talking about the fans right there. I'll tell you what that reminded me of. I was watching the game, and that's what LSU's fans used to do all the time back in the day, so to speak, back when they would, you know, they'd always rally in the bottom of the ninth. You better have a 10-run lead in the bottom of the ninth down there at Baton Rouge, or they'd come back and beat you. Their fans would be cheering, you know, at moments when other teams' fans didn't cheer because they didn't recognize the moment. And I thought that was, as Dave said, I thought that was really cool. Just the overall moment yesterday was a great Razorback moment. And one of those, again, when you beat Ole Miss, when you do it in dramatic style, those are the things you talk about on Monday.
The Razorback fans are such an asset, such an awesome thing for a program to have. And, you know, I know it's not exclusive to Arkansas. There are other great fan bases. There really are. But here and seeing all that, and you don't want to lose that. And you know, you've got this change happening in college athletics. That's, you know, the whole thing with tennis. That's upset a lot of people. It's upset a lot of people with money. And we are stuck in this weird spot right now of what do you do about it? Like, if you have the answer, I would love to hear it. What do you do about it? What do you do about the situation you're in college athletics? You know, if you're an athletic director or, you know, whoever's in charge of of not just a program, an athletic department, and then individual departments. There are so many conflicting interests in college athletics right now. It's just like a bunch of bullies fighting. I mean, if you're the athletic director, you're trying to keep all the coaches happy, and each one of those programs has needs. I don't care whether you're revenue producing or non-revenue producing. You all have needs. Those are competing interests within one athletic department. Then you go athletic department as a whole versus other athletic departments, competing interests. Then you go conference commissioner level, competing interest. No, there's no alignment on what's best for college athletics. If you're Dave Van Horn and we were able to get him to tell us how he really felt about like his NIL budget and what kind of money they have for baseball, he could probably point to 10 or 12 programs that have a whole lot more than they have right now. And this is a perennial powerhouse. I know they haven't won a national championship, but nobody's won more in the last decade than Arkansas baseball. And you're just fighting for your life right now. And that was a great moment yesterday. That was a great moment. And it reminded us of the other great Razorback baseball moments we've had, and you don't want to lose it.
Well, yeah, I don't know how much money Christian Turner gets. I have no idea. I don't suspect it's anything like a football or a basketball player, although I would imagine he's getting something. That didn't have anything to do with a 7-pitch at bat. That didn't have anything to do with him fouling off those pitches. That didn't have anything to do with any of that. You can still compete. You can still battle. And my point in all that is, regardless of how much money you pay or don't pay, can you rise up and meet the moment? Just because you're a well-paid player does not mean you can rise up and meet the moment. You know, Dave talked about this in one of the – it was either that one or the one that we played at the start of the hour, how the moment wasn't too big for him, and I'm paraphrasing there. You can't buy that. You can't buy that. You can overpay and think you're getting it, but lots of times you're not. So, I mean, you can still go out there and compete. Now, I'm not naive, particularly in a sport like football. Can you go out there with a bunch of undersized guys and win a championship? Well, good luck with that. I wish you well, because it's probably not going to happen. But I do think it doesn't mean you can't compete. And baseball is one of those sports where you don't have to, I mean, you need to be, you got to have some physicalness to you, but you don't have to be the biggest and baddest on the block.
He said after the game in his post-game speech that he told the team in the fall, you got to have freshmen. And you love having a guy like Christian Turner. You got Landon Schaefer. You got some other freshmen that are going to develop into great players on that roster. And what you hope is that they actually stay as a sophomore and as a junior, because they got some good ones there. Like what you're talking about is so true. I mean, when you got guys that compete, that get after it, that you can't put a whether they're getting paid or not. You either have that it factor or you don't. The question is, how do you hang on to them? Keeping them,
Well, I hope, and I still think maybe baseball is a little bit different than some of the others. I don't know. Maybe it's not. Maybe they're raiding rosters just like they are in the other sports, and I've not paid as close attention. But this kid and the guys that he signed, unless it's just one of those deals where somebody else in the SEC outbids you for a kid, why would he want to leave? Right. The thing about baseball is it's not like he's going to get a better deal in all probability, like to go to Michigan or to go to UCLA, or sometimes in football, those places will buy you out, so to speak. I don't know about baseball. So there's only, the places they could go are more limited. By the same token, I'm sure there's somebody, somewhere that would, love to raid that roster.
All right, we got to hit a break. 6:44. It's a Monday, Reaction Monday, whatever you want to get into. A big weekend. And softball team, are they done with the regular season?
The regular season has come to an end.
Tourney time.
Arkansas went to Texas, number 5 Texas. Won 2 of 3, won the first 2 games in the series, won the series. Big win for them. They stay at number 1 in the RPI, stay at number 1 in strength of schedule. They'll certainly move up in the polls. And personally, just my opinion, I think at this point you're looking at a team that is going to be a top 4 national seed when it comes for the NCAA tournament. SEC tournament starts this week. Arkansas will play Wednesday. They finished 7th in the SEC, which I realize may not make a lot of sense when you listen to what I just said. But the league is stacked, And again, Arkansas played the toughest schedule.
They have the number one RPI in the country, but they're the 7th seed in the conference tournament.
Go figure. Go figure.
Well, and the standings were separated by like 2 games.
Yeah, and also like the teams ahead of Arkansas in the standings, they beat up on the bottom dwellers of the league. Arkansas did not play those teams this year, outside of like one. So Arkansas will play on Wednesday at around 12:30 or so, and we'll play the winner of Kentucky, the host team, and Mississippi State.
Okay.
At the SEC tournament.
Buy the Razorbacks. Buy the Razorback softball team. Buy them. They're gonna do some damage in the postseason, we think.
Well, this is a fun time for fans too, because you've got Razorback teams that are winning. And softball and baseball, everything's on TV now, so you can watch it. And that means fans of other teams watch it too. And so when you brag, they know what you're talking about. And this is our time, so to speak. And so I think people are excited about that.
If you're buying or selling a home, Weiker's the way to go.
Yeah, they are. In fact, that's really the only name you need to remember, whether you are a buyer or a seller. Weiker Realtors, the Griffin Company. If you're buying a home, if you're looking for that dream home, they'll help you find it. Go to their website. I mean, you look at all the homes that are on the website, all different price ranges, all different types of budgets can be accommodated in that regard. And if it's time to sell your home too, obviously you want the most you can get. And they got potential buyers out there. And as Bo found out, they're ready to go to work in a hurry. They've got offices in Northwest Arkansas, Washington and Benton counties, Fort Smith, Branson, and you can log on to WeikerGriffin.com.
Just so you know, and we've talked about this from day one on the show, nobody's safe in here.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Hey, it's Bo. What should you expect when it comes to a roof or a remodel? Here's Teamwork's COO, Brett Husky.
We make it easy. That's the first thing. Because when we looked at this, we felt like the process shouldn't be hard. And the easier we can make it for customers, the easier it makes it for us and for our people to continue to do business.
Teamwork Roofing and Construction, making it easy, and now offering financing. Log on to their website, teamworkbuilt.com. Teamwork Roofing and Construction, built on quality, powered by Teamwork.
There are some traditions in Arkansas that we pass down from generation to generation, and at Blakeman's, they believe your jewelry should be one of them. As the official jeweler of the Arkansas Razorbacks, they've spent over 35 years helping families celebrate their most meaningful moments right here in Northwest Arkansas. This Mother's Day, honor the woman who started it all with a gift as remarkable as she is. From brilliant diamonds to modern-day essentials for daily wear, Blakeman's Fine Jewelry, celebrating Arkansas families since 1987.
When it comes to sports and work, we all understand preparation, performance, and recovery. And that's exactly how the Sweat No Edge works. I'm in the program myself. I've told you about it before. It's designed for men who want to stay competitive as they age with hormone therapy for low testosterone, peptide therapy, metabolic testing, in-body scans, weight loss, and so much more. If you want to feel like you once did, get the free consultation. Log on to sweatnumcosmetic.com or just search the Sweat No Edge.
Baseball taught me teamwork, dedication, and the power of community. That's why I'm teaming up with Pascal ProPath to give back to charities that give every kid a chance to play. And right now you can pitch in. For every Pascal member signed up today through the end of May, Pascal will donate a portion of every membership to give back to youth sports. Become a member today, help give back in a big way. Pitch in with Pascal ProPath and help support kids in your community. Join today at pascalpropath.org.
I love a day or weekend at Big Creek Country Club in Mountain Home. The golf, the people, the hospitality, and the events they host always hit the mark. And members enjoy it all. State-of-the-art practice facilities, food, beverages, a big pool with a snack and beverage bar, tennis and pickleball courts, and they can even book you an exclusive fly fishing trip. There's no initiation fee. And for out-of-towners, a membership is only $185 a month. It's Big Creek Country Club in Mountain Home. It's home away from home.
There are a lot of stupid people in the world, man. I think you underestimate the number of stupid people out there.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Pascal Air, Plumbing, and Electric is here to help you lighten the load. This new year, enjoy no payments and no interest on all home repairs and replacements. Whether it's fixing that stubborn plumbing issue, replacing an aging heating and air system, or upgrading your electrical, our Paschal pros are here to keep your home running smoothly and stress-free. Visit gopaschal.com today to schedule your service.
And Razorback fans, we've got exciting news. Paschal is now proud to be the official air, plumbing, and electric provider of the Arkansas Razorbacks.
Hey, it's Bo, and I had no idea how little I knew about insurance until my man James Boyette of State Farm started telling me. For over a decade, he's been delivering real value, not just the lowest price. That means helping customers find the right coverage for their life with personalized plans that evolve as life changes. Serving all of Arkansas and Missouri. If you're looking for a true insurance partner, auto, home, life, whatever you need, go to JamesBoyett.com.
Great people, great prices, and plenty to pick from. You get it all at Fayetteville Auto Park. Acura, Chevys, Hondas, Toyotas, even a collision center, all at one location. Shop new, used, and certified pre-owned. Plus, Fayetteville Auto Park has hundreds of new and pre-owned automobiles with big discounts starting at under $30,000. Shop our complete selection online at FayettevilleAutopark.com. That's FayettevilleAutopark.com.
Distribution Solutions Incorporated.
You're not a number here. It's a family atmosphere, and you don't know who you are, don't know who your kids are, your family is.
DSI knows drivers by name. They're about their people. It feels more like a family than a job, and they know home time matters.
We preach home time, and in essence, that's probably our biggest attribute is just the family atmosphere and knowing our drivers the way we do.
If you're a driver, check out their website, drivedsi.com. All the benefits, all the vacation time, and that home time that matters.
Hey, thanks for tuning in this morning. Hang out with Bo and me every weekday morning from 6 to 9 live on YouTube or Twitter, or catch up with the podcast version of the show available on Spotify and Apple.
Your favorite word, respectfully.
Yeah.
You suck.
Anytime, and I include myself in this, if the word respectfully or with all my respect comes out, somebody's
with all my respect.
Somebody's about to get it.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Bart, how'd you do this weekend? We haven't really talked since we parted company at the track, and everything go well?
Well, I after you retired, Chuck, I went and got some food and found my way back to the blackjack table.
I went to bed early.
Yeah.
This is when you guys departed. Let's go with the forensic timeline here. This was on Friday night?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Bo, you went to the concert.
Yeah, we went to
I was Rick Springfield.
Yeah. We ate the Bugler. It was awesome. And Rick Springfield, it's freakish. He looks 40-something. He's 76. I'll show you pictures.
Has he had some work done?
Well, I'm guaranteeing he had some work done. It's
the
it's
next
freakish.
the giveaway. The next the giveaway. I was like, when you sent that picture, I was like honing in on the neck. That's what gives it away.
Were you surprised at how he looked?
Well, I mean, you know, he's
got a lot of money and
still got long hair. I mean, he's still got the look going.
He was active. He was active on stage.
He was a heartthrob as a youngster. I mean, back when he was on General Hospital.
He was still the heartthrob.
Were the middle-aged ladies?
Yeah.
Were they having fun?
Oh yeah. They were having a big time.
Well.
Yeah.
Did you understand what all the fuss was about when he sang Jesse's Girl and all that?
Not really.
Yeah.
I mean,
I didn't think you would. I didn't think you would.
I mean, I got it. It was packed.
I knew it was. I knew it would be.
It was good. But yeah, we weren't talking about that. We got off track.
I'm sorry.
So Bart went to the blackjack table. I actually met up with Bart after the concert.
That's right. And
we did well.
It was a highly successful.
Well, that's good.
evening.
I'm glad to hear that.
It was a good finish.
It was a good investment.
It was a good weekend.
It was a great weekend.
And then y'all came back on Saturday, and I just took in some more races.
I
right back to the first turn.
I hit that moment where I had to make a decision, you know, and you know how it is. I mean, and I'm like, if I stay, I'm committing another 24 hours to this, you know, this sort of lifestyle. And I thought I need to go home.
Yeah, well, that was good. You got to listen to yourself.
Right.
Sometimes you got to listen to that voice.
Right.
Sometimes.
That's right.
You got to make sure you know which voice it is.
Hey,
Good
if
morning.
you've been thinking about a new truck, now's the time to head over to Chevy of Fayetteville. Supplier pricing is backed by popular demand for the final days of Chevy Truck Month, and that means some seriously big savings. With over 200 new Chevys in stock and ready for immediate delivery, finding the right one has never been easy. Go see Chris, Mark, Denver, and the team at Chevy of Fayetteville inside the Fayetteville Auto Park, or visit ChevroletofFayetteville.com. Together, let's drive. You know, I love talking about Weicker Realtors, the Griffin Company, and Bo's latest selling experience is a perfect example of why. Within 5 minutes of listing his home, Bo had a showing, and just 2 days later, he had an offer. And just like my own experience with them, they took care of everything from start to finish. That's what you get when you work with a trained real estate professional. Weicker Realtors, the Griffin Company, has been turning houses into homes since 1978, serving Northwest Arkansas, the River Valley, and Branson. For more information, log on to WeicherGriffin.com. This is Chuck Barrett, and I'm so glad I chose McDonald Eye Associates for my recent cataract surgery. They took great care of me. You have to have good vision to be the voice of the Razorbacks, and I'm glad I trusted my eyes to McDonald Eye. I learned patients of all ages have a lot of options when it comes to modern surgery to reduce or even eliminate your eyeglasses. They've been taking care of patients for over 50 years, and that says a lot. So for your best vision, trust McDonald Eye. Online and same-day appointments at McDonaldEye.com.
Interviews, highlights, behind-the-scenes access, and so much more. Varsity Vibe is your go-to for high school athletics in Arkansas. Learn the stories of coaches and players in our Varsity Vibe podcast. See the biggest plays and the best performances highlighted on our social media platforms. And if newsletters are more your style, we've got that too. High school sports at your fingertips. Varsity Vibe, elevating the game.
Hold on, guys. I'm on the Chuck and Bo Show. Hold on.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Arkansas fans know that some things are just timeless, like a spring afternoon at Baum Walker or the roar you only hear at Bud Walton. Our friends at Blakeman's Fine Jewelry believe your milestone should be just as enduring as the Razorback spirit. They've spent over 35 years helping fans celebrate their big moments right here in Northwest Arkansas. Whether you're marking a graduation, an anniversary, or just a big Saturday in the SEC, let their teams help you find that perfect piece. This spring, go big, go bold, and go to Blakeman's in the heart of Pinnacle Hills.
We talk a lot about Weicker Realtors, the Griffin Company, because our experience has been great. And Bo, you're going through it again right now.
For the second time. My son's a first-time home buyer. Him and his wife got a beautiful home. And for me, I just turned it over to them. They gave me a few things to sign, and it took all the work off my plate. And I just sit back and watch it happen.
That's what happens when you deal with a trained real estate professional. And that's what they are at Weicker Realtors, the Griffin Company. They've been turning houses into homes since 1978, and you can log on to WeicherGriffin.com.
At First Security Bank, banking isn't one size fits all. It's personal because everyone's financial journey looks a little different. From managing day-to-day spending, running a small business, to helping your kids learn more smart money habits, or taking that big step toward buying a home. At First Security, you get the services you expect, the technology you need, and the real support of local people who live here, know the community, and take the time to understand what you're trying to accomplish. Life moves fast, and having a bank that moves with you makes a difference. Whether you prefer stopping by a branch, banking on the app, or picking up the phone to talk with someone who actually knows your name, First Security is there. They offer smart tools like mobile banking, bill pay, and mobile check deposit, along with thoughtful solutions like flex banking for kids, checking built for small businesses, and local mortgage lenders who guide you through the home buying process. Choose the power of personal. Bank better at First Security. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
I still think there's a right way to do things, you know, and money has become part of this equation. But if you go back to the right way to do things, I recruit you. We have a great system. You want to be a part of this system. You want to go here, improve your game. While you're here, we're going to win. We're going to put some other guys that are like-minded with you. We're going to create some connectivity, some chemistry, but we're all on the same page here to try to develop you for what you eventually want to become, okay? That whole thing, to me, is still at the core of the foundation of how you're going to build a successful program. We've added money into that equation, and I get that, and you've got to play that game to a certain extent. But when it becomes more about the money than it becomes about that, I think that's where it all gets screwed up for programs and players.
There's only 4 or 5 programs, though, that have that luxury. Fortunately for us, we're one of them. A program like Miami, they don't necessarily have that luxury. They're chasing. Program like Louisville, they're chasing.
I think Kentucky's been chasing a little bit. Since
They have been
and I'm not
chasing.
trying to pick on them in this.
No, they've been
particular
chasing
case.
some. They've been chasing.
But I think what was interesting about that whole deal is they went and hired Mark Pope, but then they tried to make up the difference between Pope and Cal and act like they were the same by spending money on players. And look, they weren't terrible. I mean, they had a formidable roster, but I just think there's really something too. You're right. I agree 100% with what you're saying, Chuck. There's really something too, though, when it becomes about that money. It becomes about something different than you really need in your organization to
Because
win.
you've overpaid for it. I mean, that's the thing that, I mean, we can talk about this till 10 o'clock in the morning, but that's the part that drives me nuts about the transfer portal. People say, well, you got to have money. You got to have money. Yeah, you do. But at some point, let's spend our money wisely.
Never miss a moment of the Chuck and Bo Show on demand, driven by the Fayetteville Auto Park. Watch us on YouTube, Twitter, every weekday, or stream the podcast version of the show on Spotify or Apple. Just search for the Chuck and Bo Show.
Previously heard on Chuck and Bo.
If I were to buy you a piece of jewelry, Chuck,
yeah,
what would you want?
A nice watch.
A nice
Pretty good.
watch.
Yeah, nice watch.
How about a bracelet? You like those beads?
Nah,
that people
I'm not
wear?
really into that.
Would you wear beads? Like
no,
on your
I'm not into
wrist?
that. No pinky rings, nothing like that. But I wouldn't mind a good watch.
A pinky ring for Chuck.
I know. I am not a jewelry guy. I'm not a jewelry guy. No gold chains. I'm not into male jewelry. It's not my thing.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
I would resist the urge to drink this morning.
Stop. I'm done.
You said a lot of good things there.
Well, I don't know if I said one good thing.
I met a guy last night. Love y'all to death, Jeff.
You mind if I share?
I'm looking forward to it.
The show of record for Razorback fans.
At my Sunday school, and first thing he says when we hop in the car, he says, "What's heard on the Chuck and Bo Show?"
It's too early for this kind of conversation. I'm still happy to see you.
Here are your hosts, Chuck Barrett and Bo Mattingly.
Stretch, 1-2 count. The pitch to Turner is hit in the air to right center field. It's hit deep. Back is Mosley. Kristen Turner is the hero. And the Hogs have won it on Turner's second home run of the year.
You know, he just absolutely crushed that pitch. You know, it was into the wind. I didn't know if it had enough. I think on a normal day it goes way out, but he got all of it. To me, it was like a fearless at bat.
They'll mob him at the plate. The Hogs take 2 out of 3. And they will not hold the Hogs from the third base dugout. Now they're going to celebrate right in front of Ole Miss. Enjoy that scene, Rebels.
Yeah.
Yeah, enjoy it, Rebels.
What a time.
That was a great day. Great moment. You could tell when he hit that ball, watching on TV anyway. I mean, he drove it. And it was going to take some kind of fierce wind to keep that thing from going out of the yard. I mean, he just hammered it.
I just loved the at-bat. You know, there was a sequence, it was a great sequence, but Van Horn at one point, he gets down 0-2, and you could tell what Van Horn said. They had a shot of him on television, and he said, you know, get it done, Christian, something like that. Get the job done or get it done, and he did.
Well, they had 2 successive at-bats there with Souza and Turner where, I mean, they just battled.
Yeah.
They just battled. Sometimes you battle at the plate and nothing good happens. Sometimes you battle at the plate and the pitcher still gets you. But, I mean, both those guys just fouling off, spoiling pitches, and then finally got one to hit.
The Turner situation with the crowd getting behind him and then him hitting it out, I mean, that's just what sport is all about. I mean, it's just so fun.
One thing, too, that I noticed, you know, how many people were still there. I've been to a lot of ballparks over the years for Sunday games, college, pro, whatever. I don't care how close the game is on Sunday. People got places to go. They got places to be. It's Sunday afternoon. It's getting late. We got to go. And I'm sure there were some that left yesterday. But that was still a full ballpark when he hit that home run in the bottom of the 9th inning. And it was a big game and a big moment against a rival on a day when they needed to win in the worst way. And a freshman. You know, hadn't had a home run in a while.
Here's Dave Van Horn after the game with the guys. Well, Can't hear it. Well, it's great though.
Yeah.
Trust me. There's some sort of.
We got a short or something there.
Today's a Monday.
Somebody hit that computer screen.
Punch it. No.
Yeah.
See that one? I think that's the actual clip there. Because this one,
You know, he
sounds-
just
There we
absolutely
go.
crushed that pitch. You know, it was into the wind. I didn't know if it had enough. I think on a normal day it goes way out, but he got all of it, and it was some type of off-speed pitch, and just a really. To me, it was like a fearless at bat. Moment wasn't too big for him. He just kept fighting. The dugout was fighting. The fans started cheering. They were behind him, and that was really good to hear. When our fans started, I know his adrenaline was rolling, and it might have got him over the hump.
That wasn't fearless.
Well, and the moment wasn't too big for him. That's one of the things that he said there too, and that's what's impressive about it. You know, this is a kid's a freshman. A month ago, 6 weeks ago, the moment might have been too big for him. Might have been. But now it's not. And, you know, over the years, you watch a baseball team, a basketball team, you see it at tournament time. If a team gets hot in the postseason, lots of times there's a player that did not make big plays during the regular season who begins to make them as you get toward that finish line. And maybe Turner's that guy.
So if you missed it was a 2-run, 9th inning, bottom of the 9th, walk-off home run for Christian Turner. And that's how you win the series. I mean, that's called getting your money's worth.
Yes, it is.
If you went to the game and saw that, and home run, I mean, it was a great game to be at. Eloy's bomb home run was another one.
Yeah.
That ball was hit so far. I thought it was
That one was
completely out of the hog pen, but it landed in the barbecue truck out there. But we talked about it a little bit earlier. I mean, you don't see a home run quite like that one very often.
I would like to see a super slow-mo of the compression of that baseball when it left the bat.
I thought you said Clay wasn't joining us. Sorry. Clay Henry is the Hall
been
of
wondering
Famer.
what in the world's going on
I
here.
mean, I've got so many things
I
going
know
on
you
over
do.
here, and I don't know what's happening. So good morning, Clay. How are you?
I'm good. I was just listening to y'all. Y'all are doing a great job.
Wow.
Don't really need me this morning, so
we
thought,
need
well,
you,
I'm just
Clay.
gonna listen.
We need you.
I'm just going to listen. No, y'all painted the
Flower
picture
needs
pretty
the
well.
rain.
What'd you think of the series?
Oh, I thought it was awesome. Now, you know, there's something funky about that baseball. They're harder. You know, everybody said it all year because the only thing that mattered in that series was a home run, and that's the way it's been for the last month. It seems like
31 of the 37 runs scored this
Yeah.
weekend came on home runs. That's incredible.
Yeah, you know what they say. Chicks dig the long ball.
I thought about that, and I thought, who will say
did
that
think
on the
about it, I know.
Well, and I thought, who will say that on the show today? It's not going to be me. And maybe Clay. Maybe Clay will go there. And I'm glad you did.
You know, my favorite, and favorite assistant coach through the years. Now Van Horn's had some great ones, but I really got to know Todd Butler because I taught him how to fly fish. And I'm doing an interview with him. Oh, this was when they were just busting home runs, and that was his thing, kind of like Thompson's. And he's like, chicks dig the long ball. And I quoted him, and he says, I can't believe that was off the record.
I was going to say, busted him out right there.
Yeah. Well,
Hey, he's going to be in town with Oklahoma this
I know.
coming weekend.
I'm probably going to talk to him this week, and I get some random text. I'll write something on Facebook about fly fishing, or show some pictures, and it just crushes him because he's in that grind. He can't go. Those coaches, it's a long season for them. They, you think, well, the season's over. Well, the whole summer is recruiting, with the portal and everything. But they get a little time off once school starts, and the strength coaches get the players. They'll get a little time off in September, maybe early September, before fall really gets going good, and then they'll get a little time off right before Christmas. That's all they get.
So what we saw yesterday, is that a magic moment? Is it a sign of things to come? How are we going to remember this at the end of the year, do you think?
I think when we get to the end of the year, we'll look back as that jump started him, or it didn't. But I see a lot of good things happening with this team. They had to get shortstop settled, and they did. Kojal's just fine there. He's not doesn't have the range or the arm of the last two shortstops, but he's plenty good enough to win in the SEC with what he's doing. And they had to get that fixed, and they did. And they had to get Eloy going, and now that's I think he had a home run in every game of the series, and it looks like he's a tough at bat now. He's not swinging at bad pitches, and when you make a mistake, he may hit it 470, 480, and that's a long ways, guys. That is a long ways. There's only been 2 or 3 guys that could hit it like that. Kevin McReynolds was one. Chucky may, I don't know if how many guys could hit it that far, but it's such a long ways. But these guys are fun to watch, and they got a little personality. I loved it that they danced in front of the Ole Miss dugout, because those are, the Rebels. They're the dancing queens. I mean, they just are. I mean, they
play the song.
They're like a little league team.
They need to put that to music. They need to put that to music right there. Dancing Queen with
a little ABBA or something like that. Yeah,
that was that was. You're right. They are fun to watch. But what are they going to do the rest of the ways? I mean, you got Oklahoma coming for one more series at Baum Walker, and they finish it up at Kentucky on the road before they go to the SEC tournament. Where are we going to be when we get to the regional?
Well, I hope it's Nebraska. I mean, that would be.
You think you don't think they're going to host?
I mean, they could. They need to win probably. They don't have any more midweek games, so it's just these games. The RPI has been in the the 20s. That's not hosting territory. If they can win, say, 5 of their last 6. And they've got 2 more series wins, and they're on a roll. Maybe they. But RPI has just been so awful all year because they lost some non-conference games. That's just not something they've done the last 6 or 7 years. But maybe reputation. I know this. Nobody wants to see that team roll in as a number 2 seed. Nobody does. I'm talking about it. You're at a regional and Arkansas is the number 2 seed. You think, oh, that's not fair.
Yeah, I agree.
Because they're playing better and better. That Gackle seems like he's got it going now. It's I think they're a fun team, and they Zach Stewart, some of these older guys. But hey, if they get something out of Christian Turner, that's gravy right now. You weren't counting on that.
Clay, you've
got some confidence.
Clay, you've won 4 straight game 1s. I look at them right now, and I think the development of Hunter Dietz as your game 1 starter has been as significant a development as anything that's happened over the last month.
You're right. But it's the depth of the lineup is big too. And I started off with shortstop because I think that if you can't play that position well and you can't catch, but they are really good up the middle now, and catcher, pitching. But you're right, Chuck. Dietz is a true Friday night guy in the SEC. And you know what? He's doing the same thing Gage Wood did last year. That boy's making him a lot of money right now. I mean, he's going to be drafted really high. And hey, Matt Hobbs has got a string of these guys. These good lefties, and he is. I can remember talking to Kojal. I guess it was maybe 2 weeks into the fall. We were getting together for some fishing or something, And he says, "Hey, we got a real Friday night guy." And I said, "Gackle," because he was going to be the Friday night. He said, "Well," he said, "the best we got is Deets." Says we can't hit him. Said he's got 4 pitches and we can't hit any of them. And you don't know which one's coming. And that's what I see.
Well, it's been fun to see. I think them get better, and that's where we are. And now we'll watch them close it out the last couple of weekends. One more, again, series, Baum-Walker Stadium next weekend against Oklahoma. Clay, thanks for getting up with us. Sorry we were delayed getting to you. Appreciate you hopping on.
Thank
Good
you,
stuff.
Clay.
All right. Enjoy y'all's show. Y'all
All
do
right.
a good job.
Thanks, man.
No matter
Have
what
a good
anybody
day.
says.
I know. You're always there to take up for us, Clay. We appreciate
we need
that.
somebody like you. A Hall of Famer getting our back like that. And Clay Henry, everybody.
Yeah, there we go.
It is. There it is. All the things.
Hall of Fame.
The Chuck and Bo Show is filmed in front of a live studio audience
Yes,
that consists of
the
Riley,
audience clapped.
Edward, Bart, Chuck, and Bo.
Yeah.
And
everyone was
every day.
clapping.
Yeah, very, 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 very lively in here today on a Monday. 877-377-6963. We're driven by the Fayetteville Auto Park when it comes to Chuck and Bo On Demand, wherever you get podcasts and on YouTube. The Fayetteville Auto Park's a great place to just look at the inventory.
Yeah, when I got back Saturday, I drove by there. Just happened to be driving on, I call it the interstate there by Fayetteville Auto Park, and I mean it was active. It was going on. It was a nice day, and so many automobiles out there. Such a great selection. Now it starts with great brands, and they've got them: Honda, Acura, Chevy, Toyota. There are also a lot of pre-owned automobiles. You're not going to find a better pre-owned selection, certified pre-owned automobiles. And, the thing about Fayetteville Auto Park is after the sale's over, and you're going to get a good deal. I'm just going to tell you, you're going to get a good deal, but you can get that a lot of places. After the sale's over, though, that's when you're going to begin to really notice them. That's what separates them from everybody else, whether it's service, whether it's their collision center, whether it's just checking up and making sure everything is running the way it ought to be. That's how they do business at Fayetteville Auto Park, and you can log on to FayettevilleAutoPark.com. Let's just be frank. There's been some football games the last few years that have driven people to drink.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Great people, great prices, and plenty to pick from. You get it all at Fayetteville Auto Park. Acuras, Chevys, Hondas, Toyotas, even a collision center, all at one location. Shop new, used, and certified pre-owned. Plus, Fayetteville Auto Park has hundreds of new and pre-owned automobiles with big discounts starting at under $30,000. Shop our complete selection online at FayettevilleAutoPark.com. That's FayettevilleAutoPark.com.
Oaklawn is here for when you want the ultimate escape, all in one place. Check into the luxury hotel. Escape to Astral Spa, the only Forbes 4-star rated spa in Arkansas. Indulge at award-winning restaurants like the Bugler or the Oak Room and Bar, all before having the time of your life at the 24/7 smoke-free casino, where the energy goes all night. Here, excitement and luxury meet under one roof. Oaklawn Hot Springs. Join the fun. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
For over 20 years, ProLand Title has been making title insurance easy for Arkansas families. Founded right here in Arkansas with over 45 offices statewide, our team of title insurance veterans will work alongside you every step of the way. They're independently owned, so their only priority is you. ProLand Title can say yes when others can't. Cheer for the pigs, close with the pros. Visit ProLandTitle.com to get a quote today.
Still searching for the perfect summer getaway? Mountain Home Arkansas might just be your answer. Wake up in the Ozark Hills. Hit the White River at sunrise. World-class fishing, hiking, trails, kayaking, and when the sun goes down, it's the kind of quiet you forgot existed. 2 lakes, 1 great town. All right here in the Arkansas Ozarks. Check it out at enjoymountainhome.com. Mountain Home Arkansas, where the outdoors is a way of life.
He's Chuck Barrett.
He's Bo Mattingly.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Hey, it's Bo. What should you expect when it comes to a roof or a remodel? Here's Teamwork's COO, Brett Husky.
We make it easy. That's the first thing. Because when we looked at this, we felt like the process shouldn't be hard. And the easier we can make it for customers, the easier it makes it for us and for our people to continue to do business.
Teamwork Roofing and Construction, making it easy, and now offering financing. Log on to their website, teamworkbuilt.com. Teamwork Roofing and Construction, built on quality, powered by Teamwork.
There are some traditions in Arkansas that we pass down from generation to generation, and at Blakeman's, they believe your jewelry should be one of them. As the official jeweler of the Arkansas Razorbacks, they've spent over 35 years helping families celebrate their most meaningful moments right here in Northwest Arkansas. This Mother's Day, honor the woman who started it all with a gift as remarkable as she is. From brilliant diamonds to modern-day essentials for daily wear, Blakeman's Fine Jewelry, celebrating Arkansas families since 1987.
If you haven't tried a flight by Yingling, you're missing out on the great taste of Yingling that is a light beer. It's the next generation of light beer. Get it on draft, in the can, the new skinny cans, and now the new 16-ounce resealable twist-off aluminum bottle. Perfect for any occasion. It's just 95 calories, and you're still enjoying a Yingling. Take your beer game to new heights with Flight by Yingling, the next generation of light beer.
For over 20 years, ProLand Title has been making title insurance easy for Arkansas families. Founded right here in Arkansas with over 45 offices statewide, our team of title insurance veterans will work alongside you every step of the way. They're independently owned, so their only priority is you. ProLand Title can say yes when others can't. Cheer for the Pigs, close with the pros. Visit ProLandTitle.com to get a quote today.
The Chuck and Bo Show on demand is driven by the Fayetteville Auto Park. Catch up on all 3 hours with the podcast version on Spotify and Apple. Just search for the Chuck and Bo Show.
I'll tell you one thing, but listen, what a great show. The best sports show in the state is no doubt the Chuck and Bo Show. No doubt about it.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Football picked up a couple of commitments over the weekend, and one of them from, I guess, a top in-state running back, Jeremiah Dent. A lot of people wanted this guy. Auburn, Ole Miss, North Carolina, Miami, NC State, Oklahoma State, and a lot of others as well. But got his commitment on Saturday. And they also got a commitment from a wide receiver named, is it Darian Mosley? I believe is right.
Alabama.
4-star guy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think one of the things you got to do is get freshmen. Hang on to freshmen. Develop them. It doesn't help you win immediately in football and sometimes baseball, although Christian Turner sure did it yesterday for Arkansas, which, by the way, that's just another one of those Dave Van Horn deals where Zach or Stewart hit one out earlier in the game, I think to tie it. And then they pinch run for him when they get the bases loaded in the 7th, and they don't get anything out of it, but they pinch ran Christian Turner for him.
Mm-hmm.
So when you come up needing a home run to win the game in the bottom of the 9th, you might be saying, man, I wish I had Stewart back in the lineup right here, because this is the spot we'd want to have him in. And then Christian Turner delivers for you.
I wrote a couple of things down while Clay was talking. I had occasion Saturday before I left Hot Springs, ran into one of our former players, and we were talking a little bit. And he pointed out that Aloy went the other way a couple of times, once for a hit, once on a ground ball to the first baseman that all it did was drive in a run. I say all it did was drive in a run. That's what winning teams do. A guy that loves to, let her rip, pull the ball, do what he did yesterday, hit it, halfway to the moon. That's what he'd prefer to do. But those are little signs, little things. And this is one of the reasons that I do think this team still got more in it maybe than some do. I've not bought into the narrative all year long that this is not a good team. What I have thought from the very beginning of this season was we're not really going to know how good they are until we get to May. I said more than once on this show, it may take a month before we know whether this team's good. Turns out it took a couple, maybe almost 3. But they're starting to do some of the little things. Spoil 2-strike pitches, give up an at-bat, ground out to the other way with the infielder back and a runner at third. Do the things winning teams do, because we're getting to the point in the season where 1 or 2 runs really matter. I mean, 1 or 2 runs can be the difference between going home and playing for another 2 weeks. So I'm encouraged by what I'm seeing, and I'm not convinced yet this team won't play for a while.
I think you're watching the development of coaching. I mean, they're harping on the same things. They were doing it in fall. They were doing it earlier in the year, and they haven't quit. And now you're starting to see it develop a little bit, start to see it happen. Which sometimes, Chuck, when you get these, portal rosters that, where you got a lot of guys from the portal, they're new in the program. That's one of the points of the freshman situation. Like, if you can get, and Van Hoord said it when he talked to the team after the game, if you can get freshmen and you can have them around 2 or 3 years in football, baseball, I mean, it really solidifies your program, and then you love to be able to supplement out of the portal, but you don't have to depend on the portal.
No. And the player that, they replaced is a portal player, and the player that hit the home run's a freshman. Sometimes the situation's reversed. I think 2 things happened at the start of the season that put them behind the 8 ball. It didn't work out at shortstop like they had planned, and their Friday night starter didn't work out like they had planned. They ended up having to reshuffle the infield and reshuffle the pitching staff.
And Wiggins got hurt.
Yeah, and there were just things that happened there that I don't know that you anticipate happening at the start of the season. You don't just reshuffle the deck on Monday and have everything click on Tuesday. It just isn't like that. It takes a long time. And look, this team could go and get to the postseason and fall on their face. I don't think they're going to, but obviously they could. But I think they're beginning to round into form. We're going to find out more this coming weekend, and obviously when we get to the tournament, that's where the proof's going to be.
We're brought to you in part by First Security Bank. First Security Bank offering flex checking accounts for families who can want to do a lot of different things with it, and that can be you. If you want to add your kid to the checking account, but they don't have access to all of it, they've got a certain part they do, they've got their own debit card, all that type of stuff. First Security Bank can help you with business accounts, personal accounts, home loans. FSBank.com to get more. That's how you bank better. First Security Bank, more convenient locations and local friendly professionals helping you every day. First Security Bank, member FDIC. 727, Reaction Monday. Good morning. Do you worry about what any of this is doing to our reputation?
There are times, yes. I do think about it.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Life is better with community banking from First Security, where personal connections make a difference every day. Families get bankers who know their names, know their needs, and love to help. Businesses work with responsive lenders who make fast local decisions that help build success. And communities thrive with First Security because our team is rooted here too. Choose the power of personal. First Security. Bank better. FSBank.com, member FDIC.
Looking for tough, reliable equipment from folks who feel like neighbors? WT Equipment is a local, family-owned dealership with 8 locations across Arkansas. They're Big Hog fans, just like you, and they're always ready to help you find the right equipment for your job. WT Equipment carries the brands you trust to get the work done right. Whether you need equipment, implements, or powerful Bobcat machines, the friendly team at WT Equipment is ready to help. Visit WTEquip.com.
It's the Chuck and Bo Show. We're just kind of wading through it, figuring it out with you this morning.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Will Chuck and I still be doing a show when Arkansas wins a national championship in football?
No. And I'm no.
We'll all be dead and gone.
No.
Well, what about Everett? Will he be here to see it?
What about
No.
What about Bennett?
What about my son?
Yeah, what about
No.
He's not even. How old's Bennett? 2?
He'll be 2 1 month from now.
I mean, there's.
Now, why do you say
My
that?
point is, there is no evidence.
Okay, good.
There is no evidence whatsoever that points to that.
How about Ryder,
based on
my grandkid?
what we have
Ryder's slightly
today?
older.
Does my grandkid have a chance
Sure,
at a
maybe-
lifetime
maybe
football
so.
national
Maybe so.
championship?
What about Ryder's children?
I don't
So
even
that's
know.
the near future.
Yeah.
That's the near future.
Look, I mean,
Now, come on, Bart. Why do you say that?
because there's no evidence to support the idea that Arkansas is anywhere remotely close to competing for a national championship in football. There's zero evidence to
What if
point
they
to
get
that.
lucky?
Well, you know,
I disagree slightly.
Oh, okay, that's fine. But
I'll tell you why. But go ahead.
There's nothing that says that this roster, that this coaching staff, that anything is remotely close to winning a championship.
Well, they just got here.
Well, I know.
And they would have said
know.
this. In fairness, they would have said the same thing about Signetti when he got to Indiana.
Sure, maybe so. And sure, you can catch lightning in a bottle, but there are so many other sports that are an awful lot closer to winning a national championship here than.
But does it
than
matter?
football.
I'm talking about not to that team and the program. I'm talking about the fan base, which is every Arkansan that cares anything about the Razorbacks. Does it matter? If you win every single championship in 18 other sports, does it matter?
It should, because you're not going to win one in football anytime soon.
Yeah, but whether it should or not, it doesn't change whether it does.
I understand that. I do. I really do.
You know, Oaklawn and Hot Springs is where excitement, luxury, and nonstop action come together, all in one unforgettable destination. The Oaklawn Casino Resort features a 24/7 smoke-free casino with more than 1,500 slot machines, plus blackjack, craps, roulette, along with great dining, live entertainment, and energy that goes all night. When it comes time to relax, check into the luxury hotel, enjoy award-winning restaurants like the Bugler, and unwind at the Astral Spa, Arkansas's only Forbes 4-star rated spa. And it's the perfect escape with Hot Springs National Park and beautiful scenic lakes just minutes away. And for sports fans, Oaklawn Sportsbook keeps the action going year-round. Bet on football, basketball, baseball, golf, and more. Even international sports with easy deposits and withdrawals all through America's best sports betting app. Oaklawn is your Hot Springs escape. Plan your visit today at oaklawn.com.
When you're looking for tough, reliable equipment for people you trust, WT Equipment delivers. WT Equipment is a local, family-owned dealership with 8 locations across Arkansas, and they've built their reputation by carrying the brands you know and depend on. From Bobcat to New Holland, Hustler, and Steel, they have the equipment and implements to get the job done right. Whether you're tackling a big job or everyday work, WT Equipment offers a full lineup of Bobcat machines built for power and performance, including compact track loaders, skid steers, excavators, and more. Their lots are packed and ready to move with special deals you don't want to miss. Bobcat is the industry leader, tough, reliable, and built to handle any job you throw at. Nobody does light construction or hay and forage better than WT Equipment. Backed by trusted service and support long after the sale. Stop by your nearest WT Equipment location today or log on to WTEquip.com.
I'd like to go to Augusta National.
I would like.
Never been.
I like how you say it better too. Augusta. It's phonetically pleasing.
I strive to be phonetic.
I know you do.
It's one of my goals every morning.
It's a good one.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Is it playing?
Just can't hear it. We checked it beforehand, and it didn't work.
Seemed to be working early.
Yeah, Dave Van Horn had a great speech.
Oh,
actually.
he did. It was
You can see
great.
it on
Take our
social
word
media.
for it. It was awesome.
Yeah.
It's kind of playing. You can sort of hear it.
Yeah.
We got a short. We have a gremlin.
It's not. It's just that. It's just that one clip. I don't know. It's a. I guess we're not supposed to play it today. But I wanted to play it because I thought it was great. A lot of emotion.
There was a lot of
play it over
emotion
my
after
phone.
that game.
Should I play it
There's
over-
yeah, that'd be okay.
Can I pull it up? Play it over my phone.
There was a lot of emotion for the team, the fans, for everybody. It was. It's fun when you win a game like that.
It's just like when you're in the airport.
Like when you're sitting in the airport listening.
About 5 things. First off, way to win the series. Remember in the fall, I said, can't go very far without freshmen. And you got to have it. And I'm going to tell you something else. Sousa had an amazing and CT had a better one. Enjoy a couple days off. Enjoy those finals. Let's get ready for next week.
Have a couple of days off and enjoy those finals.
That's the first time that's ever been said.
Enjoy those finals. Enjoy a couple of days. Enjoy those finals. Oh, man. CT had a better one.
He
And
was
they were
fired up.
Oh,
well, when you win a game like that, I mean, you're going to be fired up.
But you said it. I mean, two great at-bats in the 9th inning, and they're playing winning baseball right now.
That's right.
Before, we could point to all the things they weren't doing that led to losing or not winning maybe like you wanted to. Maybe you'd figure out a way to win, but they weren't playing winning baseball like you're used to seeing a DVH team play.
Well, I mean, they don't score in the 7th, and Ole Miss grabs the lead, and it's like, Ole Miss is going to win it. I mean, we've seen this happen more than once this year. Lead goes, can't get the timely base hit, and then bang, guy hits a home run, and you lose. And it did kind of, if somebody thought that was going to happen, it's hard to blame them after what you've seen this year. But it's a different team now, or so it seems anyway.
They have belief in themselves because when you leave the bases loaded with 1 out, you kind of that's deflating.
Oh yeah,
but you got to tip your cap to their pitcher that came in and did that. He was really tough, but then they just stuck with it the next inning and started getting to him and were able to find a way to finish the game off in the 9th.
When you look at the SEC right now, there are a lot of really good teams, and I think Arkansas is a good team. I don't know, if there's necessarily, one of those that's head and shoulders above everybody else. I thought it might be Texas, and it looked like Georgia for a little while. But one of these teams is going to get hot, and they're going to end up in Omaha. And by one of these teams, I mean a team like Arkansas or one of these other teams from the SEC that maybe doesn't finish 2nd or 3rd. We see it all the time. Somebody's going to get hot, and they're going to end up in the College World Series, and they're going to divvy it all up, and 3 or 4 of the teams are going to be from our league, I suspect. And, Arkansas is trying to get in a spot right now where they can be one of them.
So the Razorback baseball team has 2 weekend series left, Oklahoma here, and then Kentucky on the road, and then it's on to the SEC tournament. A lot could still happen. And Arkansas, they're hovering around 6th right now in the standings, but a lot could shake out there as we move forward. Do we have any sense of what they have to do really to host?
A lot, I think.
I mean, if they win the next 2 series, if they win 4 of their last 6
it
games.
It depends on where the RPI is.
The RPI is 30 right now.
Yeah, I mean,
it's got to climb significantly from there.
I don't
So
know.
It's unlikely.
It's a long shot.
Yeah.
It's a long shot. But they're they've played their way back into that conversation. And look, I don't you got 6 games left. If you go 6-0 and you go down there to Hoover and have a run, you're in the conversation. If you go 5-1, 4-2, have a run down there, you're back in the conversation. Probably not. But I think the most important thing right now isn't do they host, do they travel, all this stuff. It's getting on a run and playing well. When you're playing well, it doesn't matter where you're playing. You're going to win. Couple of times. Arkansas didn't win 18 games in the SEC, and they had to go on the road in the NCAA tournament. They ended up in Omaha. So it's happened before.
Yeah, when you say long shot, are you talking about Golden Tempo, 23-1?
Well, I don't know about that long, but pretty long.
We got to get that call of the Derby.
That was awesome.
That was a great call. You didn't hear? We got to play this. That was such a great race. Such a.
They always seem to be great races. I mean, they really do. When you got that many horses, something dramatic's going to happen, and that was certainly dramatic.
I'm sure it was. I'm sure it's a great call. Let's see. It's the final. No. We got the. You want to hear the Philly advancing over the second round of the playoffs? We hear that.
Rebound goes to Tyrese Maxey.
And for the first time in franchise history, the Philadelphia 76ers have come back from 3-1 down. They take out the number 2 seed in the East, and the process is moving on to the second round.
The Celtics got softer as the series went on.
I thought of this while watching some of that game the other night, Chuck. And for some reason it made me think of you and wanting your thoughts on Jason Tatum, because
how can you not be out there?
That was like I was like, man, I've lost any single ounce of respect I had for Jason Tatum. Like knee stiffness or whatever is what they called it. It's game 7 of the playoffs. It's win or go home. Your leg better be broken for you to not be out there.
I'm gonna be.
You got to be a competitor.
I'm with you. I'm going to be honest with you. There are very few teams out there in all of sports I dislike more than the Celtics. I mean, it goes back to early childhood. I just can't stand the Celtics. But I respect the hell out of them. And one thing they are not is soft. That is one thing the Boston Celtics are not, is soft. And as the series wore on, they got softer. And they were like tissue paper in that 7th game. They were. And look,
right.
I respect them. I don't like them, but I respect them. And I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe that Boston played like that in a 7th game on their home floor. Just would have never expected that.
Embiid was like fighting through cramps the whole game and having to get stretched out over and over again. And Jason Tatum's over there on the bench just laughing, having a good time, laughing after the game.
I couldn't believe
everything. I was like, man, that's loser mentality right there. That's what it is.
It's also a very good diversion while we got the clip ready.
Yes, well,
that's what
find some time. Find some time.
A whole other thing happened over there. And you want to finish that topic real quick? NBA playoffs with the update. Who won? Who's still alive?
Knicks play tonight. That's all you need to know.
Is that a game 7?
Knicks and
Is that a
Sixers.
game-
No,
game one.
Game 1. Knicks and
Knicks and the Sixers
tonight in the Eastern
They
Conference.
thought it would
I
be.
forgot you won by 100 the other
They
day.
thought it would be at Boston, but instead they're in New York tonight to play Philly.
The semis,
Look at that smile.
the Eastern Conference and Western Conference semifinals are set. Thunder, Lakers, Timberwolves, Spurs. I think both those series are going to be bloodbaths. Pistons, Cavs, Knicks, Sixers in the East.
There you go. Now you're up to date.
Yep.
Bart will do it every day for you if you need it. Just you can call
Just
and you
ask.
can text the show. Hey Bart, what happened in the NBA playoffs?
1-900
In case we don't
Get Bart. 1-900.
There it
Get
is.
Bart.
There it is. There it is. Boy, Chuck just came up with something for you. When's that going to launch?
Probably soon.
Probably
Later
soon.
today.
Golden Tempo, the Kentucky Derby winner.
Sending a huge long shot. Renegade and Golden Tempo are closing 2. Here's Golden Tempo. Golden Tempo and Shereen DeVoe made history in the Kentucky Derby over Renegade in a final time of 2:02.27 seconds.
That was a great call. Let me point out one thing, though. We had Jason on Friday down there at Oaklawn, and he basically described the kind of race that Renegade was going to have to run off the number 1 spot. It's the kind of race Renegade ran and almost won there at the end. I mean, by a nostril right there at the end. So
historical,
it's a great race.
Historical win to first female trainer to ever win the Kentucky Derby.
Now, I mentioned the jockey earlier. The emotion for one of the Ortiz brothers and the Ortiz brothers finishing 1 and 2 was cool, but that scene of her and the reaction, and you can see there's audio on social media of her, the excitement. Can you imagine being a trainer, and not just that, historical female trainer to win the Kentucky Derby, but watching your horse come from the back all the way,
literally dead last.
That's such a great
lot.
reaction shot in real time. They split the screen and her in real time watching it happen, and she wasn't just watching.
Oh, she's
like the
she
third
was
base
running
coach
every
trying
step.
to run home
Yeah.
for you. Yeah.
And the woman that was by her was not as convinced until right at the end. That's what I thought was kind of interesting going back and watching it. Sheree DeVoe, I mean, she was yelling and screaming the whole time, and the lady that was next to her was like, it was only right at the end that it was like, oh my gosh, we're going to win this race.
Yeah, she had it, and you're right. The other gal was not convinced.
No, she wasn't convinced till the end, but
it was going to happen.
What a moment.
Oh, yeah. Mother's Day is coming up. The Kentucky Derby it usually happens around Mother's Day, and Mother's Day is 1 week away this time, so it's this coming Sunday. And don't forget, it's Monday, okay? You got to get on this if you haven't. Blakeman's is a great option for you. They've been helping serve families for over 35 years. Located in Rogers, they've been doing it since 1987. This Mother's Day, honor the woman who started it all with a gift as remarkable as she is, one she'll never forget, and you'll always have a story to remember. Mother's Day, celebrated at Blakeman's, the official jeweler of the Arkansas Razorbacks, where it's more than jewelry, it's about your story.
Be talking down to people, Bart.
I am going to talk down to people when they're wrong.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Hey, if you've been thinking about a new truck, now's the time to head over to Chevy of Fayetteville. Supplier pricing is backed by popular demand for the final days of Chevy Truck Month, and that means some seriously big savings. With over 200 new Chevys in stock and ready for immediate delivery, finding the right one has never been easy. Go see Chris, Mark, Denver, and the team at Chevy of Fayetteville inside the Fayetteville Auto Park, or visit ChevroletofFayetteville.com. Together, let's drive.
Hey, it's Bo. What should you expect when it comes to a roof or a remodel? Here's Teamworks COO Brett Husky.
We make it easy. That's the first thing. Because when we looked at this, we felt like the process shouldn't be hard. And the easier we can make it for customers, the easier it makes it for us and for our people to continue to do business.
Teamwork Roofing and Construction, making it easy, and now offering financing. Log on to their website, teamworkbuilt.com. Teamwork Roofing and Construction, built on quality, powered by Teamwork. If you've been settling for a light beer that just doesn't quite do it, it's time to try Flight by Yuengling. With nearly 200 years of tradition behind every sip and only 95 calories and 2.6 carbs in every can. Whether you're golfing, at a tailgate, or just hanging out in the backyard with friends, Flight delivers real beer flavor without the extra calories. Light beer and a full beer taste. That's something you don't have to apologize for. Flight by Yuengling, the next generation of light beer. With Arkansas baseball, softball, and basketball seasons in full swing, there's no better place to catch all the action than Walk-On Sports Bistro. With more than 60 TVs at every location, you won't miss a single play. Enjoy mouth-watering Louisiana favorites like po' boys and gumbo, plus the best burgers, draft beers, and cocktails that keep fans coming back. It's incredible food and a game day atmosphere like none other. With 5 locations across Arkansas, it's Walk-On Sports Bistro. We live for this. Hey, it's Bo, and I had no idea how little I knew about insurance until my man James Boyette of State Farm started telling me. For over a decade, he's been delivering real value, not just the lowest price. That means helping customers find the right coverage for their life with personalized plans that evolve as life changes. Serving all of Arkansas and Missouri. If you're looking for a true insurance partner, auto, home, life, whatever you need, go to JamesBoyett.com. You're right, Chuck. You're right. You're right.
You're not wrong, Chuck.
Because we
that's
don't
all I
want
wanted to hear. That's really all I wanted to hear.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Haskell Air, Plumbing, and Electric is here to help you lighten the load. This new year, enjoy no payments and no interest on all home repairs and replacements. Whether it's fixing that stubborn plumbing issue, replacing an aging heating and air system, or upgrading your electrical, our Haskell pros are here to keep your home running smoothly and stress-free. Visit gopaskell.com today to schedule your service. And Razorback fans, we've got exciting news. Haskell is now proud to be the official air, plumbing, and electric provider of the Arkansas Razorbacks.
Hey, it's Bo, and I had no idea how little I knew about insurance until my man James Boyette of State Farm started telling me. For over a decade, he's been delivering real value, not just the lowest price. That means helping customers find the right coverage for their life with personalized plans that evolve as life changes. Serving all of Arkansas and Missouri. If you're looking for a true insurance partner, auto, home, life, whatever you need, go to JamesBoyett.com.
Great people, great prices, and plenty to pick from. You got it all at Fayetteville Auto Park.
Acuras, Chevys, Hondas, Toyotas, even a collision center, all at one location. Shop new, used, and certified pre-owned. Plus, Fayetteville Auto Park has hundreds of new and pre-owned automobiles with big discounts starting at under $30,000. Shop our complete selection online at FayettevilleAutoPark.com. That's FayettevilleAutoPark.com.
Distribution Solutions Incorporated.
You're not a number here. It's a family atmosphere, and you don't know who you are, don't know who your kids are, your family is.
DSI knows drivers by name. They're about their people. It feels more like a family than a job, and they know home time matters.
We preach home time, and in essence, that's probably our biggest attribute is just the family atmosphere and knowing our drivers the way we do.
If you're a driver, check out their website, drivedsi.com. All the benefits, all the vacation time, and that home time that matters.
Hey, thanks for tuning in this morning. Hang out with Bo and me every weekday morning from 6 to 9 live on YouTube or Twitter, or catch up with the podcast version of the show available on Spotify and Apple.
Chuck and I have been doing radio our entire lives. We've been doing shows like this our entire lives. But I feel like we've been having these same conversations for 30 years, Chuck. And it is basically, how do we win at football?
The Chuck and Bo Show.
National Bird Day. I got one for y'all right here. There you
Bird.
go. You got a bird.
Yeah.
National Bird Day.
I saw that.
I'm just kidding. I wouldn't do that. When's the last time you gave somebody the bird in traffic, Bart?
It's been a minute.
Oh, come on.
No, it has. It's been a minute.
Have you kind of grown out of that? Would you attribute that to, maturity? What would you attribute that to? That it's been a minute. Which, by the way, that's good. Congratulations.
Self-control.
Self-control. Well, that's maturity.
In the quiet of your car when it's just you, do you still like yell at them? Maybe call them
or say it under your breath,
or
maybe
call
say
them
it
a
under
bad
my
name.
maybe say it under my breath. There were a couple of times traveling to and from
Hot Springs,
Central Arkansas this weekend where I was like, well, there are just people doing stupid things on the road.
What's that look like when somebody's doing something stupid on the road, as you're describing here? What does that look like? What is that?
Like they're tailgating you, and then they're tailgating someone else, and then they keep switching lane, like just driving erratically.
I told you I was in a hurry, man. Come on, get going.
That's awful.
Or like
what
if
are
you're
you doing in the left
if
lane?
if you're speeding up to pass somebody, or there's a long line of traffic. This is the one that really annoys me, is when there's a long line of traffic in the left lane.
Yeah, I don't like
you're in the left lane. Somebody clearly up ahead is going slower than they should be in the left lane.
That's
and
right.
that's an issue,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
But then you get somebody like right up on you, tailgating you, honking their horn and stuff like that. Like, man, there's nowhere to go. Like, where do you want me to go? Don't like.
But you can't get so far behind that you let somebody else
Right,
cut in.
right.
That's when you got real problems.
Right, but there's a safe distance.
Well,
like let's just practice.
That's
safe
where
driving,
that's where the
right?
others of us get over in the right lane and pass all of you.
That's
and
right.
Then jump in right in front
That's
of you.
right. Cut back
Cut
over
back
right at
over.
the last
That's
minute.
what Chuck's just talking about guarding against.
Yeah.
These create real
That's
traffic.
right.
These create real traffic, issues.
Right.
And that's throwing caution to the wind.
When the guy's passing on the right, aren't you that guy that wants to
Right.
like pull over, like
There-
keep them from doing it?
There was a moment at one point, I think it was on the drive back, where there was that situation I'm talking about, and there were a couple of semis on the right, and the person, one of the people who had been tailgating me, went out into the right lane and sped up, only to find that there was no way to get over.
Yeah.
And then they had to slam on their brakes.
And you love that.
It's
didn't you?
mad.
And they looked like an
maddening.
idiot.
Did they have Oklahoma plates?
Yes. Yes, they did.
Every time.
All this
Yes,
from
yeah.
National Bird Day.
Yeah. And
I mean, just all you got to do is bring it up. Here we go.
National Star Wars Day, as Edward said, May the 4th
with you. May the 4th be with you.
Yeah.
That is so clever.
It's National Orange Juice
It's been
Day.
around for a long time, Chuck.
Well, that's the first time I heard it today. I don't really run with the Star Wars crowd, but yeah, I mean, I'm
don't
glad you
really
guys are
run
into
with
it.
the Star
Glad you
Wars
guys are into it.
All right, we're gonna try to guess some birthdays here. I should know this one, but I can't tell you I can get it right. but the first one.
Well, happy birthday to Rory McIlroy,
Happy birthday,
six-time major champion now.
Back-to-back Masters champ.
Back-to-back Masters champion, PGA championship coming up in a couple of weeks.
I'm sure we heard his age several times during the Masters coverage. Do you know how old
I think
he
I
is?
know.
Okay, go ahead.
35.
He's older than 35.
36.
One more.
37.
37.
Yes,
Rory McIlroy. 37.
I was right.
Way to go, Chuck. Way to go, Chuck.
Awesome.
Excellent.
How about Randy?
Randy Travis. Happy birthday, country
Let's do it again.
singer
Let's do it
Randy
again.
Travis. How old do you think Randy Travis is?
76.
73.
No. Younger, actually.
70.
No.
71.
Younger.
63.
Closer, but still younger.
67.
67.
Yes.
Oh, way to go. Way to go, guys. Great effort.
You got one and I got one.
Great
That's
effort.
awesome.
Also, happy birthday to the late Audrey Hepburn, one of the finest film actors
Breakfast
of all
at
time.
Tiffany's?
Breakfast
Is that
at
right?
Tiffany's.
How old would
Holiday.
she be today?
I don't have that information.
See, that's how old
Passed in 1993.
117.
755.
You know, I love talking about Weicker Realtors, the Griffin Company. And Bo's latest selling experience is a perfect example of why. Within 5 minutes of listing his home, Bo had a showing. And just 2 days later, he had an offer. And just like my own experience with them, they took care of everything from start to finish. That's what you get when you work with a trained real estate professional. Weicker Realtors, the Griffin Company, has been turning houses into homes since 1978, serving Northwest Arkansas, the River Valley, and Branson. For more information, log on to WeicherGriffin.com.
There are some traditions in Arkansas that we pass down from generation to generation, and at Blakeman's, they believe your jewelry should be one of them. As the official jeweler of the Arkansas Razorbacks, they've spent over 35 years helping families celebrate their most meaningful moments right here in Northwest Arkansas. This Mother's Day, honor the woman who started it all with a gift as remarkable as she is. From brilliant diamonds to modern-day essentials for daily wear, Blakeman's Fine Jewelry, celebrating Arkansas families since 1987.
When it comes to sports and work, we all understand preparation, performance, and recovery. And that's exactly how the Sweat No Edge works. I'm in the program myself. I've told you about it before. It's designed for men who want to stay competitive as they age with hormone therapy for low testosterone, peptide therapy, metabolic testing, in-body scans, weight loss, and so much more. If you want to feel like you once did, get the free consultation. Log on to sweatnumcosmetic.com or just search the Sweat No Edge.
Interviews, highlights, behind-the-scenes access, and so much more. Varsity Vibe is your go-to for high school athletics in Arkansas. Learn the stories of coaches and players in our Varsity Vibe podcast. See the biggest plays and the best performances highlighted on our social media platforms. And if newsletters are more your style, we've got that too. High school sports at your fingertips. Varsity Vibe, elevating the game.
I don't want Lane Kiffin at LSU. I want weird stuff going on.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Arkansas fans know that some things are just timeless, like a spring afternoon at Baum Walker or the roar you only hear at Bud Walton. Our friends at Blakeman's Fine Jewelry believe your milestone should be just as enduring as the Razorback spirit. They've spent over 35 years helping fans celebrate their big moments right here in Northwest Arkansas. Whether you're marking a graduation, an anniversary, or just a big Saturday in the SEC, let their teams help you find that perfect piece. This spring, go big, go bold, and go to Blakeman's in the heart of Pinnacle Hills.
We talk a lot about Weicker Realtors, the Griffin Company, because our experience has been great. And Bo, you're going through it again right now.
For the second time. My son's a first-time home buyer. Him and his wife got a beautiful home. And for me, I just turned it over to them. They gave me a few things to sign, and it took all the work off my plate. And I just sit back and watch it happen.
That's what happens when you deal with a trained real estate professional. And that's what they are at Weicker Realtors, the Griffin Company. They've been turning houses into homes since 1978, and you can log on to WeicherGriffin.com.
At First Security Bank, banking isn't one size fits all. It's personal because everyone's financial journey looks a little different. From managing day-to-day spending, to running a small business, to helping your kids learn more smart money habits, or taking that big step toward buying a home. At First Security, you get the services you expect, the technology you need, and the real support of local people who live here, know the community, and take the time to understand what you're trying to accomplish. Life moves fast, and having a bank that that moves with you makes a difference. Whether you prefer stopping by a branch, banking on the app, or picking up the phone to talk with someone who actually knows your name, First Security is there. They offer smart tools like mobile banking, bill pay, and mobile check deposit, along with thoughtful solutions like flex banking for kids, checking built for small businesses, and local mortgage lenders who guide you through the home buying process. Choose the power of personal. Bank better at First Security. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
You and Bart are going to be rolling around in the home.
Okay.
No, let's not get carried away.
Well, that's a great topic.
You're putting
That is a
years on me here.
Well, hold on, though. That's a great topic. You in a assisted living home, and you holding court, and you being pissed off at people. That's a great topic.
Bart's
What does
gonna have an
Bart
illegal
look like
pudding
at
racket,
86? What does an 86-year-old Bart look like in an assisted living home where he's in there holding court and telling people that he's going to run the place? He's going to run the place. And then, he's going to maybe get thrown out. Do people get thrown out of assisted living?
They do.
places?
They do. There are many, and I'm one of them, you've been through this with your parents. And I went through it with both my parents. You see some of the most incredible things, some of the funniest things you've ever seen in your life. And all you can do is laugh when you get in that situation. And I suspect Bart will provide a few of those moments when the time comes, and I hope I do too.
I can see it. Can you see it, Bart?
No, not right now.
Come on. That's way too far out for Bart. Bart should not think about that.
Well, yeah. I'm just talking about, you and dealing with people. And get out of my room.
Well, I mean, look, nobody wants to be invaded.
There will always be
the good
another
part is you can
house.
say those things at that age and completely get away with it. Completely get away with it.
Can you imagine Bart having a podcast in 86 and completely saying
The
whatever
whole
he
world's
wants?
going to hell in a handbasket.
Whatever he wants to say. Totally, kind of like the show, but you just another level.
Yeah.
Just on another level. The Chuck and Bo Show on demand is driven by the Fayetteville Auto Park. Catch up on all 3 hours with the podcast version on Spotify and Apple. Just search for the Chuck and Bo Show.
Previously heard on Chuck and Bo.
I would argue that sometimes a Big Mac is like,
Hey,
that's
when-
gourmet, man. I'll take it.
When
Like,
you're hungry, it's not bad.
If you made me pick a meal, like, hey, you could have anything. Like, if I was dying tomorrow, if I'm going to the, electric chair, I'm probably going to have a Big Mac.
No.
Are you
serious? Not a chance.
Tell me something that's better.
You don't go to the electric chair every day. You just don't. It calls for a Big Mac. Really.
Bo Show.
I would resist the urge to drink the smoke.
Stop. I'm done.
You said a lot of good things there.
Well, I don't know if I said one good thing.
I met a guy last night, love y'all to death, Jeff.
You mind if I share?
I'm looking forward to it.
The show of record for Razorback fans.
At my Sunday school, and first thing he says when we hop in the car, he says, "What's heard on the Chuck and Bo show?"
It's too early for this kind of conversation. I'm still happy to see.
Here are your hosts, Chuck Barrett and Bo Mattingly.
Big weekend. Big weekend.
It was a big weekend. It was a fun
for the
weekend.
Razorback baseball team.
We had the Kentucky Derby, baseball. I'm into the NBA playoffs, watching that. I didn't know this Ekezie kid was going to announce yesterday until Edward alerted us. And I guess Louisville gave him a big old bag of money.
I mean, that's what it stands to reason. And Louisville's been spending a lot of money. And that was it felt like the way Arkansas, if they weren't going to get them, that's how it would happen. And, they're still the number 1 recruiting class in the country. And that's nothing to sneeze at. Does it mean as much as it meant before we had, the portal classes? At the end of the day, it comes down to what you can put together for your team and how they play collectively, obviously. And I still think, as you've pointed out a couple of times since this entire offseason began, that the biggest key to this team next year perhaps will be Malik Thomas and what he decides to do. Because you've got a lot of talent, and it's mostly young. You get a guy like that back, who did what he did as a freshman with a year of experience under his belt. You build the team around him from a scoring standpoint. You got a shot. Big guys is something everybody wants to talk about, as you should, given what happened last year. They've got a couple, and they've got one that's still on the roster. That was a developmental project last year. And we'll see how this shakes out. Do they get somebody else? But you wanted Ekezie because that's what everybody was talking about. And
well, that was the next one.
Yeah.
I mean, and they'd had, enough to be ranked number one in the country. So obviously they'd done well, and that would have been a nice cherry on top at the end. I've never seen him play, so I don't know exactly what people say, well, they lost him. Well, you can't lose what you never had. I still think they're going to be pretty good, particularly if Malik Thomas comes back.
We've been conditioned to think that if you're not getting all these high-dollar players, and when I say high-dollar, I mean the guys that you don't get because they got paid well to go somewhere else, that you missed out, And in some cases, there's some truth to that. But I also think maybe we need to guard a little bit against seeing everything as dollars, because that's what the whole college world is screaming at us right now. It's all about the money. It's all about dollars. And that helps. And you got to have some. But do you have to have the highest paid roster in basketball and football to win?
Well, no. I mean, if you did, you wouldn't even have professional sports because the team with the highest payroll would win every year. And we talked about this a little bit earlier. There wasn't any. I don't think anybody was talking about NIL when Christian Turner was, fighting off 2-strike pitches yesterday. You still have the games have to be played, and once the games start, a lot of that stuff goes out the window. But look, Arkansas had a great offseason in terms of putting together a basketball squad. There's still some questions about whether Malik Thomas or Billy Richmond will come back, and if they don't, there may be still work to do in terms of completing the roster for next season. But I'll take my chances with this group.
Congratulations to Arkansas baseball, taking 2 of 3 from Ole Miss over the weekend, including a walk-off 5-4 win, bottom of the 9th, 2-run homer from freshman Christian Turner, who came in the game as a pinch runner a couple of innings earlier. David's in Searcy. David, good morning.
Good morning, guys.
Hi, David.
Hope y'all had a great weekend. Just real quick, I got to say, I couldn't keep from pulling for Renegade because the way the race panned out and ended, it was a great ending. Very exciting for everybody. I'm glad it was such a good race. But I was pulling for the guy that came out of the number 1 position. Hadn't been done for 20-something years, and I was a little let down, but then I got on the bandwagon with everybody else. It was a great race. For anybody out there listening under the age of 50, do yourself a favor. Look up Audrey Hepburn, Grace Kelly, Ava Gardner. Just do yourself a favor and check out some of that stuff. You don't know what you missed, guys. Hey, I've got 2 best friends.
Okay.
One is the
wait, tell us more about.
We pretty much had that same conversation during the break. I said Breakfast at Tiffany's, and Edward goes, never heard of it. Well, you need to watch that.
What is it, David, that you want people to know?
I just want them to see actual beauty. Don't
there
look up. You're not going to find. You're not going to. Yeah, we're not talking about string bikinis here. We're talking about elegance and beauty.
Grace.
That's right. Wholesome beauty.
That's exactly right. Hey, listen, I got 2 best friends. One is the eternal optimist. The other one is exactly opposite. He's the pessimist. I am somewhere in the middle. I consider myself an informed realist, and that's the way I live my life. But I can tell you.
Is that glass half full, or what is that?
Glass half
it's according to which day you're talking to. It's just according to what day I'm having.
Okay.
All
right.
But this fan base thoroughly enjoyed what happened yesterday. It was a great moment for all Razorback fans because we needed some good stuff to happen. Softball's going great. The baseball team's not out of it. We can see that. But I'll tell you what, as a group, the pessimist, the optimist, and the realist are all about to panic over the fact that there's nobody left, no difference makers left to play the 5 position on the basketball team. He has accumulated and got basically what you could consider an all-star team of freshman guards. And let me ask you this before I go. Are we down to just trying to find a serviceable number 5? I don't believe Ewan's coming back because I believe he'll follow the money. And who in the world could blame the young man? Who could? So where are we? I'd appreciate the input on that. Have a great day, guys.
Thank you, David.
First of all, thanks, David. On Ewan, he's not eligible yet. He'll have to get a waiver. He's in the portal. I guess that
There's
means
no
he could
guarantee
theoretically
he's gonna play next
come
year
back. Right.
anywhere.
But there's theoretically he could come back. What kind of market is there out there for him? I don't know. So that leaves the real question you asked, what are they going to end up with at the 5? And I don't think we know the answer to that yet. You've got who's the guy that's already on the roster?
Paulo Semeto's here. In fact, I think David about a month ago called in and wondered about him, and he got a lot of extra attention as the season wore on. I mean, they had a lot of one-on-one work with him. As was pointed out. I mean, he's 7'1", and I can tell you he moves pretty well out there. So I would not at all be surprised if maybe he has some opportunities next year.
They have Bowser, the guy they got from Furman, who's 6'11", and then Marinin, who is from Murinen. Sorry.
Well, I'm not sure I'm exactly.
No, you got it right. I had it and then didn't say it for a couple of days.
I know.
Did you go with Todd Marinovich?
No, I didn't go with the Todd part. But I did go with Marinovich.
I do that,
and I realized that wasn't right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I knew where you were coming from there.
I knew who you meant. When
well, let's get it right. Say the name.
We do all the
Mika
European
Murinen.
names in basketball.
Mika Murinen.
I'm going with Mika, probably from
Yeah,
Murinen.
Mika.
So you got
Mika
Mika,
Murinen,
Bowser, and who's the other kid you just said?
Paulo Semedo.
Paulo. So there's 3.
Hey,
what,
you can do
there's
like
some
Z
serviceable
did
in
with
there.
Elmer this year. Just go Big Elmer. You don't even have to know the last name. Just Big Elmer.
We'll know them by. Well, here's the thing. It's kind of their job to help us get to know their name.
That's right.
When we see them out there and they're playing, you get their name. And so that's the real question. Whose name are we really going to know as the 5 for the Razorbacks? That big guy.
And that is an unknown at this point, exactly how that position's going to play out. And I know that's what people have been focused on. I get that. And we're just going to have to see how they line up. I mean, I sound like a football coach, but we're just going to have to see what they look like when they line up. And there's still some more work to be done in terms of who they're bringing in. And I guess we'll see.
David, thanks for the call, and you are the founding father of the Breakfast
That's
Fund,
right.
which we greatly appreciate. Now, Pro Land Title has taken it over as the underwriter of the Chuck and Bo Show Breakfast Fund, where you cheer for the pigs and close with the pros. They're Arkansas natives. They live and work right here in our communities, over 45 offices throughout Arkansas, independently owned, not owned by a law firm, mortgage company, or real estate firm, and that gives them the unique ability to put their clients first and say yes to transactions other companies may not be able to. It's because of their relationships with a huge range of national underwriters. Pro Land Title, ProLandTitle.com. Reaction Monday, it's 8:12. Good morning.
We're full service here. We're like the concierge of sports talk radio.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Oaklawn is here for when you want the ultimate escape, all in one place. Check into the luxury hotel. Escape to Astral Spa, the only Forbes 4-star rated spa in Arkansas. Indulge at award-winning restaurants like the Bugler or the Oak Room and Bar, all before having the time of your life at the 24/7 smoke-free casino, where the energy goes all night. Here, excitement and luxury meet under one roof. Oaklawn Hot Springs. Join the fun. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Great people, great prices, and plenty to pick from. You get it all at Fayetteville Auto Park. Acuras, Chevys, Hondas, Toyotas, even a collision center, all at one location. Shop new, used, and certified pre-owned. Plus, Fayetteville Auto Park has hundreds of new and pre-owned automobiles with big discounts starting at under $30,000.
Shop our complete selection online at FayettevilleAutoPart.com. That's FayettevilleAutoPart.com. This is Chuck Barrett, and I'm so glad I chose McDonald Eye Associates for my recent cataract surgery. They took great care of me. You have to have good vision to be the voice of the Razorbacks, and I'm glad I trusted my eyes to McDonald Eye. I learned patients of all ages have a lot of options when it comes to modern surgery to reduce or even eliminate your eyeglasses. They've been taking care of patients for over 50 years, and that says a lot. So for your best vision, trust McDonald Eye. Online and same-day appointments at McDonaldEye.com.
Looking for the best selection of beer, wine, and spirits? Macadoodles or Guess Who in Bentonville has you covered.
Having what they came down here for in stock on the shelf is very important. You're going to find everything that you could possibly want. I've heard customers tell me over the years that they may be sitting around, somebody brings up some weird name whiskey, and somebody will chime in and say, well, if anybody's got it, it's going to be Macadoodles.
Macadoodles, just north of Bella Vista at the state line, and Guess Who in Bentonville. Hey, I'm sorry if this makes too much sense. I am more than happy to hear where I'm off on this.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Hey, it's Bo. What should you expect when it comes to a roof or a remodel? Here's Teamwork COO Brett Husky.
We make it easy. That's the first thing. Because when we looked at this, we felt like the process shouldn't be hard. And the easier we can make it for customers, the easier it makes it for us and for our people to continue to do business.
Teamwork Roofing and Construction, making it easy, and now offering financing. Log on to their website, teamworkbuilt.com. Teamwork Roofing and Construction, built on quality, powered by Teamwork.
There are some traditions in Arkansas that we pass down from generation to generation, and at Blakeman's, they believe your jewelry should be one of them. As the official jeweler of the Arkansas Razorbacks, they've spent over 35 years helping families celebrate their most meaningful moments right here in Northwest Arkansas. This Mother's Day, honor the woman who started it all with a gift as remarkable as she is. From brilliant diamonds to modern-day essentials for daily wear, Blakeman's Fine Jewelry, celebrating Arkansas families since 1987.
If you haven't tried a flight by Yuengling, you're missing out on the great taste of Yuengling that is a light beer. It's the next generation of light beer. Get it on draft, in the can, the new skinny cans, and now the new 16-ounce resealable twist-off aluminum bottle. Perfect for any occasion. It's just 95 calories, and you're still enjoying a Yuengling. Take your beer game to new heights with Flight by Yuengling, the next generation of light beer.
For over 20 years, ProLand Title has been making title insurance easy for Arkansas families. Founded right here in Arkansas with over 45 offices statewide, our team of title insurance veterans will work alongside you every step of the way. They're independently owned, so their only priority is you. ProLand Title can say yes when others can't. Cheer for the Pigs, close with the pros. Visit ProLandTitle.com to get a quote today.
The Chuck and Bo Show on demand is driven by the Fayetteville Auto Park. Catch up on all 3 hours with the podcast version on Spotify and Apple. Just search for the Chuck and Bo Show.
I mean, there are negatives that are you can point to fairly readily, and I don't mean that against any of them. We've all got negatives.
Let's talk about that.
I'm not going to lie.
What are they?
But I'm not going to talk about it either.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
SEC softball tournament this week, Lexington, Kentucky. Arkansas plays Wednesday. Is that right, Bart?
They will play Wednesday around 1:30.
I got you.
Or 12:30 probably. 12:30 and 1 sometime there against either Kentucky or Mississippi State.
Do they go to every school around the rotation?
That has been the case, yes. The SEC recently announced a permanent, or at least temporarily permanent, site for the softball tournament. I think they signed like a 3-year deal or something like that to have it in the same location every year, like a neutral site situation. Now,
where's that?
What state do you think it is in?
Alabama.
Yeah, pretty sure.
Play down there on the coast. Seriously,
Gulf Shores.
Yeah, I mean, find your spot down there and play down there.
Orange Beach.
Yeah, I mean that's
good. That's a good call.
Yeah, so they're going to have it. So the next 2 years, it's still at campus sites, and then they'll have it at Toyota Field. The greater Huntsville area.
Huntsville, Alabama. The space.
Madison, Alabama, just
yeah.
west of Huntsville. It's home of the Rocket City Trash
The
Pandas.
Trash Pandas, baby. The greatest minor league mascot out there. The Rocket City
But
Trash
yes,
Pandas.
naturally, it's in Alabama, which is
Yeah,
completely
I remember that
nonsensical.
coming out a while back. I couldn't remember where it was.
It's nonsensical. Alabama's no longer the anywhere close to the central point of the SEC. So
You've got to find a place though where, and we talk about this in baseball a lot, where where they are they ever going to move this thing around? You've got 16 teams to house, or in the case of softball, 14, I guess, or 15, however many it is. At the end of the day, you're responsible for somebody else's child. So the idea that you're just going to throw 15 or 16 teams into a city just because they got a great ballpark, that's you got to have more to it.
All the
than that.
hotels,
Yeah,
all
all the hotels, all the all the things that.
And then all the fans, families,
Right,
and all that.
right. You got places for them to stay. Hey, before we go on, let me talk just for a second about Pascal Air Plumbing and Electric. They're doing something right now that really makes a difference in our community. They've partnered with Razorback pitcher Colin Fisher, and they're supporting youth sports in our community. And through the end of the month, every new Pascal membership is going to directly benefit Pagnozzi Parker Charities and Equipped Northwest Arkansas. These are a couple of local nonprofits that make sure every kid has a chance to play sports. So you can give yourself the peace of mind of the plant protection program with Pascal, which keeps you running year-round, and you can also give back to your community. Membership start at just $8.99 a month. Visit PascalProPath.org and sign up today.
Big tip of the cap to freshman Christian Turner for his walk-off home run yesterday.
Coach Thompson walked up to me before my at-bat, and he told me that if I was on the slider middle, then I'm on the fastball to left side, and that wind, if you get that ball in the left field line, it's going to go. So, and he threw a fastball up, and I fouled it off, and once I fouled that off, I was like, yeah, he's not going to beat me. Especially when he threw that changeup in, and I fouled it off my foot, and I heard everybody start screaming and getting loud. I knew something was going to go down. Oh, well, as soon as I saw it hit foul, I was thinking Florida series, and I was walking down the line, and I watched it go foul. He got me against Florida when I struck out. He struck me out after that pitch. And I came back to the box, and I was like, yeah, I can't lose this at bat. He got me. Florida got me, but Ole Miss ain't going to get me.
That's a great look inside the mind of Christian Turner and that at bat.
And that's part of a team getting better. Florida got me with that. A few weeks back, Florida got me with that. And I thought they're not going to get me this time. And they didn't.
I love what he said, this part right here.
I knew something was going to go down.
That's awesome. When the crowd got going, that's so good.
Especially when he threw that changeup in, and I fouled it off my foot, and I heard everybody start screaming and getting loud. I knew something was going to go down.
That's so good. Watching it live, when the crowd started going, I just thought it was so cool. Everybody was in the moment.
Something had happened for a minute, and then I realized, no, they're just they're in the moment. That's right.
He was like, sometimes you see a pitcher like that on the mound. It's hard for a batter to feel that from a batter. You see it every once in a while. You're fouling off pitches, and they're just like really fire. I mean, that was a battle. And he just felt like he wasn't going to lose. And that was a cool moment.
It's a left-on-left matchup, and that's tough on a left-handed batter. When he throws that breaking pitch, it's starting back behind your head. That's not an easy look, and it's very easy to come off the pitch. That's why a lot of left-handed hitters cannot hit left-handed pitchers. But he kept that front shoulder in, and boom.
So what are we thinking now? What do you think they're gonna? You think they'll win the next two series?
I think they'll win the next two series. Yes, that's my honest feeling. I'm not saying they're going to go 6-0, but I think they win the next two series. It's hard to know what's going to happen in Hoover. I don't know. If Arkansas, I don't know if they can go sell out in Hoover, so to speak, and still host. And I don't know if it's worth it to do that.
That's right.
But I just think the biggest thing right now is just continue to play winning baseball. They did a lot of little things. We focus on Turner's home run and the ball Aloy hit, halfway to the moon yesterday. We focus on that, but they did a lot of things right over the weekend in totality from Friday to Sunday. And that's why they won the series.
And this has a feel of a team that could be a 2 seed somewhere and go blow up somebody's regional.
You know, I called a couple of them in my time when they went on the road and, won. And look, it's fun to go to Omaha coming out of Baum Stadium. There's nothing like it. I mean, everybody's celebrating. But it's pretty fun to go out of somebody else's park, too. And this is a team that could do that.
It's also fun when you're not playing well to kind of turn the corner. And that's what we're watching for. Has this team turned the corner? And will they be playing their best baseball going into the postseason? There's something about having a year like that. You wouldn't draw it up like that. You'd love to have a great year all season long. But that is a classic DVH kind of scrappy bunch that I think you're seeing coming together.
Baseball has such a day-to-dayness to it. If you're playing well at the right time, just get in the tournament. Get in the tournament. And if you're playing well at the right time, you can play for a long time. We see it in the big leagues. That's why wild card teams win the World Series. Get in the tournament and get hot and see what happens.
Bart's in the Chevy of Fayetteville Situation Room. Good morning, Bart.
Good morning, guys. How many times have we seen exactly what Chuck is talking about right there happen to Arkansas in the NCAA tournament, right? You just run into a buzzsaw.
NC
State is the most recent example that comes to
Kevin
mind.
Kopp's year.
Ole Miss even a few years ago in the World Series. We've seen that happen to Arkansas. Maybe it's Arkansas's turn.
And it happens to somebody every year. Happens to multiple teams every year. Right. Otherwise, you'd have a bunch of one seeds in Omaha.
Right.
It's never how it works out.
Yeah. And I'm not saying it's going to happen. It just starts to feel like that a little bit.
If there's one thing that we know about Dave Van Horn in all his years of coaching at Arkansas, he pretty much always has his teams playing their best ball at the end of the year. Sometimes you lose a game. Sometimes you lose a series or a regional, or you get knocked out. Sometimes you lose. That's baseball. That's the nature of the sport. But it's usually not because Arkansas is playing poorly. And I would expect for them to play their best baseball of the year over the next couple of weeks.
And that's what's been surprising about this year is they have played poorly at times. They haven't played winning baseball at times. But what Chuck's talking about with what they did this weekend, and we've seen it in some other games of late, and can they be consistent now, string that together? And the Hunter Dietz factor, the having a guy on the mound, that opening game that you feel really, really good about, big difference.
I also think, too, it's not like Arkansas has been a bad team this year. We tend to look at the Razorback baseball team year in and year out, and we decide, well, can they win the national championship? Well, if they can't, they're not any good. They're not hitting the goal. They're, I'll pay attention when they win the whole thing. I know lots of people that feel that way. I'm not necessarily criticizing them, but this is a team that has gotten better incrementally as the season's gone on. And I'll go back to what I said a minute ago. You see it throughout baseball, college, pro, wherever. It's not always. Now, sometimes you've got a team like the Dodgers that just runs the table, but I don't see the Dodgers out there in the SEC right now. So let's go play and see what happens. Somebody's going to get hot.
Hey, if you're thinking about a place to live where you want to wake up and see what happens every day and it's beautiful, what if home meant waking up to bent grass fairways, mountain views, in a community that actually feels like one? That's the Big Creek Golf and Country Club in Mountain Home. They've released brand new home sites right on the golf course. It's the first new construction they've had in 20 years. And this is an awesome, awesome place to live. Premium properties in a welcoming community surrounded by the beauty of the Ozarks at a price that might surprise you. You can go big and go home to Mountain Home. BigCreekGolf.com. Get more information there. That's BigCreekGolf.com. Reaction Monday, it's 8:27. Good morning. Are we a bunch of idiots or what?
Yes. Yes, we are. Yes.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Baseball taught me teamwork, dedication, and the power of community. That's why I'm teaming up with Pascal ProPath to give back to charities that give every kid a chance to play. And right now you can pitch in. For every Pascal member signed up today through the end of May, Pascal will donate a portion of every membership to give back to youth sports. Become a member today, help give back in a big way. Pitch in with Pascal ProPath and help support kids in your community. Join today at PascalProPath.org.
Hey, it's Bo Mattingly, and when it comes to a roof or remodel, let me recommend Teamwork Roofing and Construction. Here's Teamwork COO Brett Husky on what you can expect.
We're going to be there when we say we're going to be there. We're going to have really high-quality people that are going to be there that are extremely talented at what they do. You're going to get more than what you bargained for.
And Teamwork Roofing and Construction now offers financing. Log on to their website, teamworkbuilt.com. Teamwork Roofing and Construction, built on quality, powered by teamwork. There's never a good deal good enough with a bad person. Still a bad deal.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Well, Chuck and I still be doing a show when Arkansas wins a national championship in football.
No. And I'm, no.
We'll all be dead and gone.
No.
Well, what about Ever? Will he be here to see it?
What about
No.
What about Bennett?
What about my son?
Yeah, what about
No.
Bennett? He's not even, how old's Bennett? 2?
He'll be 2 1 month from now.
I mean, there's
Now, why do you say
my
that?
point is there is no evidence.
Okay, good.
There is no evidence whatsoever that points to that.
How about Ryder,
based on
my grandkid?
what we have
Ryder's slightly
today?
younger.
Does my grandkid have a chance
Sure,
at a
maybe-
lifetime
maybe
football
so.
national
Maybe so.
championship?
What about Ryder's children?
I don't
So
even
that's
know.
the near future.
Yeah.
That's the near future.
Look, I mean,
Now, come on, Bart. Why do you say that?
because there's no evidence to support the idea that Arkansas is anywhere remotely close to competing for a national championship in football. There's zero evidence to
What if
point
they
to
get
that.
lucky?
Well, you know,
I disagree slightly.
oh, okay, that's fine. But
I'll tell you why. But go ahead.
There's nothing that says that this roster, that this coaching staff, that anything is remotely close to winning a championship.
Well, they just got here.
Well, I know.
And they would have said
know.
this. In fairness, they would have said the same thing about Signetti when he got to Indiana.
Sure, maybe so. And sure, you can catch lightning in a bottle, but there are so many other sports that are an awful lot closer to winning a national championship here than.
But does it
than
matter?
football.
I'm talking about not to that team and the program. I'm talking about the fan base, which is every Arkansan that cares anything about the Razorbacks. Does it matter? If you win every single championship in 18 other sports, does it matter?
It should, because you're not going to win one in football anytime soon.
Yeah, but whether it should or not, it doesn't change whether it does.
I understand that. I do. I really do.
You know, Oaklawn and Hot Springs is where excitement, luxury, and nonstop action come together, all in one unforgettable destination. The Oaklawn Casino Resort features a 24/7 smoke-free casino with more than 1,500 slot machines, plus blackjack, craps, roulette, along with great dining, live entertainment, and energy that goes all night. When it comes time to relax, check into the luxury hotel, enjoy award-winning restaurants like the Bugler, and unwind at the Astral Spa, Arkansas's only Forbes 4-star rated spa. And it's the perfect escape with Hot Springs National Park and beautiful scenic lakes just minutes away. And for sports fans, Oaklawn Sportsbook keeps the action going year-round. Bet on football, basketball, baseball, golf, and more. Even international sports with easy deposits and withdrawals, all through America's best sports betting app. Oaklawn is your Hot Springs escape. Plan your visit today at oaklawn.com.
When you're looking for tough, reliable equipment for people you trust, WT Equipment delivers. WT Equipment is a local, family-owned dealership with 8 locations across Arkansas, and they've built their reputation by carrying the brands you know and depend on. From Bobcat to New Holland, Hustler, and Steel, they have the equipment and implements to get the job done right. Whether you're tackling a big job or everyday work, WT Equipment offers a full lineup of Bobcat machines built for power and performance, including compact track loaders, skid steers, excavators, and more. Their lots are packed and ready to move with special deals you don't want to miss. Bobcat is the industry leader, tough, reliable, and built to handle any job you throw at it. Nobody does light construction or hay and forage better than WT Equipment. Backed by trusted service and support long after the sale. Stop by your nearest WT Equipment location today or log on to WTEquip.com.
I'd like to go to Augusta National.
I would like.
Never been.
I like how you say it better too.
You know,
Augusta. It's phonetically pleasing.
I strive to be phonetic.
I know you do.
It's one of my goals every morning.
It's a good one.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Boy, John Sterling was a great one.
He's a great one.
We've lost him. He's passed away, but a legend in Major League Baseball with the Yankees.
Hayes has room. Hayes makes the catch. Ball game over. World Series over. Yankees win. The Yankees win.
87 years old, and when he passed away, and he worked right up until the end.
Great public address announcers. Yankees had them. Great play-by-play guys that are just, they've got their own style. They've got their own thing.
It's New York. I mean, it's just different.
Yeah.
I mean, I got Michael Kay. They've had they have multiple play-by-play announcers.
Mike Breen.
Yeah, Mike Breen's done it. The woman's name escapes me. That does it some. And they have a full team. But yeah, John Sterling, he's been around for a long time.
Yeah, it's a loss, but certainly a legacy.
Oh yeah,
for sure. Golden Tempo won the Kentucky Derby. Bart, I think we got people wanting to know how you did on the Derby. Rod's on I-40. I believe Rod wanted to know. Rod, good morning.
Yeah, good morning, guys. That was a heck of a win yesterday. Finally got to see a piece of clutch hitting. I've been waiting for that.
Finally.
Oh, you've been deprived all year of a clutch base hit, haven't
yes.
you?
I want to see a walk-off home run. And Christian did it.
Yes,
that was
he
so
did.
great. And that one home run, Aloy hit. What was the exit below? 116? I mean, I've never heard that
17.
before.
117.
That thing would still be traveling.
It was massive. It was.
Yeah, and I'm glad because Bubba, Trackman was down, and he was running out of rally food. He was down to his last tot. So he's going to weigh 350 pounds if we don't start doing something pretty quick. He's going to keep eating that rally food, Chingers, Sonic Burgers,
You think that was
tater
it,
tots.
huh?
I'm like, yeah, it had to be it. He brought a whole grocery store, Phil said.
Yeah.
So,
Bubba.
but that was definitely turning the corner, I think, right there. That might be the moment we look back on. And
it could
was really
be.
nice to see,
I mean, it could be. Sometimes you win a game like that and you live off of it for a while. Thing about baseball is, I mean, you're a good start or a bad start away from, just turning on a dime. But they've got a lot of momentum right now. And a day like yesterday sure adds to that.
I'm feeling a whole lot better about the baseball team today, I'll tell you. But I've been waiting on that walk-off. I finally got it. Finally. I didn't think it'd be Kristen Turner, but I finally got it,
Finally got it.
Stretch, 1-2 count. The pitch to Turner is hit in the air to right center field. It's hit deep. Back is Mosley. Kristen Turner is the hero. And the Hogs have won it on Turner's second home run of the year. Oh, my goodness. This one belongs to the Razorbacks. Pitch. It's Kristen Turner with a huge moment. They'll mob him at the plate. The Hogs take 2 out of 3. And they will not hold the Hogs from the third base dugout. Now they're going to celebrate right in front of Ole Miss. Enjoy that scene, Rebels. Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, right on. That's the cherry on top. It spilled over right in front of the
Well,
Ole
when you
Miss
beat
dugout.
Ole Miss. I mean, Ole Miss is fun to beat. in
I don't even
baseball
know
like
if it was
that.
intentional, but it worked. It was pretty good.
Hey, that's a fun game to win, and I don't know that finally is in order, but it is the kind of game that you remember. It gives you that moment that you talk about even after the season. What happened yesterday is one of those moments that when they play the highlight reel, whenever this season's done, you'll hear that one pretty early.
So Friday, 6 o'clock, Saturday, 2 o'clock, Sunday, 1 o'clock, Oklahoma, the final series at Baum Walker.
Yeah.
OU's coming.
That'll be fun.
All right, back to Bart's picks. Bart, how'd the picks go over the weekend? Who did you have at the Derby? How did it go?
Well, I did not.
He did not pick a. He did not.
Well, I didn't have any official picks, but I mean, you played the race, right?
I did play the race. My bet didn't cash, and that's
why you didn't do
that's
anything
fine.
official.
That's fine. Yeah. Well, I didn't. I didn't have a really particularly good feel for this year's Derby. I wanted to play it just to play it with some things that I thought. I did have Renegade in the mix, so the outcome would have been different if Renegade had won. But I will say, in terms of the Friday card at Oaklawn, I did give out a winner on the show. So whoever was listening, if they took that advice and made that pick, you're welcome.
What was that?
Something Vino. So it was
Baby Vino.
Well, and then when Baby Vino won, Bart, if he said like father, like son once, he must have said it 20 times over the course of the next 10. Like father, like son.
Yeah, sired by.
Sired by.
Was that the Uncle Chuck sire?
No. The Uncle Chuck sire lost big.
Yeah, I think
was
actually
like,
finished last.
Was it like Super Vino or something like that? Super Vino and had a Baby Vino.
A horse sired by Vino Rosso, which was a horse that had been very good to me financially over the years.
Very good to you.
Yes,
very good.
Very good to you financially over the years. That's what we're all looking
Vino
for.
Rosso have been very, very good.
Sterling in Center Ridge, Reaction Monday. Sterling, good morning.
Sterling.
Hey, guys.
Hey, man.
Guys, first, I get a couple things real fast. First, I'm not so sure about the Fallon either. I mean, Poppy hit a home run to beat Mississippi State. Our all-star catcher hit a couple of home runs to beat Auburn.
That's true.
I mean, and they had a lot of come from behind wins this season. So
we're spoiled.
I think what Rod meant to say was finally a walk-off home run in a game I was paying attention to.
when I was really dialed in. But it is true. I mean, we're spoiled as baseball fans.
Oh, we are. Rod's a good fan. Yeah, and it was a fun day.
Yeah. It was a very fun day, and I often have said that, and I know nobody believes in this but me, but I believe a crowd brings a certain mojo to the stadium, and it can be positive and it can be negative. If you can have an "Oh, it's me" crowd or "Here we go again" crowd, and I think we overcame that. The team overcame that against Tennessee last year in the Super Regional, because I felt, when I was in there, I felt a tightness amongst the crowd, that we were just waiting for the other shoe to drop at some point. But yesterday it was the opposite. When Turner fouled that one ball off, I don't know what happened in there, but the crowd got louder. It was strange. It was like they were expecting or pushing him to do something great at that moment. And he hits a home run. I don't know nobody else believing that kind of like they say, momentum. You feel a momentum shift in a game, momentum shift in plays, and how things could go one way or the other. And when a basketball team get on and run or hit a couple threes or dunk, and how the crowd kind of like ignite something. Like when I was a kid, when Rockin' used to run around the court and all that. It seemed like it did something. And I don't know what the right term for it is, but I think yesterday, it seemed like it happened yesterday. At least it felt like that to me. And if y'all have any thoughts, if you have none, just go on and talk about the great John Sterling again. What a great play-by-play guy.
All right, Sterling.
Thank you, Sterling.
Thank you.
Yeah, Sterling and Sterling.
I thought yesterday when Turner homered or hit what could have been a homer down the left field line and then fouled the ball off his foot, I thought the crowd could feel him battling. And I thought they basically, when they started cheering, in a sense, they were joining him in the battle. They just felt like that he was not going to give that at bat away. I said this a little bit earlier. It reminded me of the old days at LSU. I agree that crowds do matter. And I think in college baseball, the crowd matters a lot more than it does in big league baseball, because they're right on top of the action. And you're dealing a lot of times with kids that are 19 and 20 years old, and they get scared. And you can intimidate them. And things like that do happen. And I thought the crowd played a role in what happened yesterday, but I think that they felt him battling. I mean, here's a freshman. He's 18 years old. and he's up there just battling his butt off. And I think people appreciated that.
Got the job done, just like they do at WT Equipment, helping you with Bobcats and other great brands, family owned and operated. 4 locations around Arkansas, whether you're running a farm, managing a job site, or taking care of your own land. WT Equipment wants to help you walk it off, just like Christian Turner did yesterday. WTEquip.com. Well, you can.
No, it was good.
Hey, there's nothing like getting the job done.
That's right.
And then being able to look back
Just
at it.
walking
It
off.
looks good.
Yeah.
Just walk off, look back at it like, man, that looks good.
Flip the bat.
Yes, yes.
Whole deal.
Put that weed eater away.
Yes, flip the weed eater.
Blower, throw it back in the garage, get in the car, do a drive around.
Yes.
Just drive around. Wonder what Christian Turner did last night. If I'm him, I might just walk back out the stadium. If I'm Bart, here's what I do. I walk back into the stadium when it's empty, and I just feel it all over again. Is that what you would do? Is that fair? Do I know you or what? Yeah.
That's exactly what he did.
Probably so.
Yeah. WT Equipment can make you feel like that about your light construction work or your job or whatever. Your land. Get you some land, Bart. You'll feel like that every day. WTEquip.com.
I mean, look, this is what we do. We heal the hurting. We touch the hearts. We talk about the things that matter to people.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Hey, if you've been thinking about a new truck, now's the time to head over to Chevy of Fayetteville. Supplier pricing is backed by popular demand for the final days of Chevy Truck Month, and that means some seriously big savings. With over 200 new Chevys in stock and ready for immediate delivery, finding the right one has never been easy. Go see Chris, Mark, Denver, and the team at Chevy of Fayetteville inside the Fayetteville Auto Park, or visit ChevroletofFayetteville.com. Together, let's drive.
If you've been settling for a light beer that just doesn't quite do it, it's time to try Flight by Yuengling. With nearly 200 years of tradition behind every sip and only 95 calories and 2.6 carbs in every can. Whether you're golfing, at a tailgate, or just hanging out in the backyard with friends, Flight delivers real beer flavor without the extra calories. Light beer and a full beer taste. That's something you don't have to apologize for. Flight by Yuengling, the next generation of light beer.
Looking for tough, reliable equipment from folks who feel like neighbors? WT Equipment is a local, family-owned dealership with 8 locations across Arkansas. They're Big Hog fans, just like you, and they're always ready to help you find the right equipment for your job. WT Equipment carries the brands you trust to get the work done right. Whether you need equipment, implements, or powerful Bobcat machines, the friendly team at WT Equipment is ready to help. Visit WTEquip.com.
There are some traditions in Arkansas that we pass down from generation to generation, and at Blakeman's, they believe your jewelry should be one of them. As the official jeweler of the Arkansas Razorbacks, they've spent over 35 years helping families celebrate their most meaningful moments right here in Northwest Arkansas. This Mother's Day, honor the woman who started it all with a gift as remarkable as she is. From brilliant diamonds to modern-day essentials for daily wear, Blakeman's Fine Jewelry, celebrating Arkansas families since 1987.
When it comes to sports and work, we all understand preparation, performance, and recovery. And that's exactly how the Sweat No Edge works. I'm in the program myself. I've told you about it before. It's designed for men who want to stay competitive as they age with hormone therapy for low testosterone, peptide therapy, metabolic testing, in-body scans, weight loss, and so much more. If you want to feel like you once did, get the free consultation. Log on to sweatnomcosmetic.com or just search the Sweat No Edge. Hey, it's Bo, and what if home meant waking up to bent grass fairways, mountain views, in a community that actually feels like one? Big Creek Golf and Country Club in Mountain Home, Arkansas has just released brand new home sites right on the golf course. The first new construction in 20 years. These are premium properties in a safe, welcoming community surrounded by the natural beauty of the Ozarks at a price that might surprise you. Go big and go home. Visit BigCreekGolf.com today. That's BigCreekGolf.com.
Hold on, guys. I'm on the Chuck and Bo Show. Hold on.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Paschal Air, Plumbing, and Electric is here to help you lighten the load. This new year, enjoy no payments and no interest on all home repairs and replacements. Whether it's fixing that stubborn plumbing issue, replacing an aging heating and air system, or upgrading your electrical, our Paschal pros are here to keep your home running smoothly and stress-free. Visit GoPaschal.com today to schedule your service. And Razorback fans, we've got exciting news. Pascal is now proud to be the official air, plumbing, and electric provider of the Arkansas Razorbacks.
Hey, it's Bo, and I had no idea how little I knew about insurance until my man James Boyette of State Farm started telling me. For over a decade, he's been delivering real value, not just the lowest price. That means helping customers find the right coverage for their life with personalized plans that evolve as life changes. Serving all of Arkansas and Missouri. If you're looking for a true insurance partner, auto, home, life, whatever you need, go to JamesBoyett.com.
Great people, great prices, and plenty to pick from. You got it all at Fayetteville Auto Park. Acura, Chevys, Hondas, Toyotas, even a collision center, all at one location. Shop new, used, and certified pre-owned. Plus, Fayetteville Auto Park has hundreds of new and pre-owned automobiles with big discounts starting at under $30,000. Shop our complete selection online at FayettevilleAutopark.com. That's FayettevilleAutopark.com.
Distribution Solutions Incorporated.
You're not a number here. It's a family atmosphere, and you're going to know who you are, going to know who your kids are, your family is.
DSI knows drivers by name. They're about their people. It feels more like a family than a job, and they know home time matters.
We preach home time, and in essence, that's probably our biggest attribute is just the family atmosphere and knowing our drivers the way we do.
If you're a driver, check out their website, drivedsi.com. All the benefits, all the vacation time, and that home time that matters.
Hey, thanks for tuning in this morning. Hang out with Bo and me every weekday morning from 6 to 9 live on YouTube or Twitter, or catch up with the podcast version of the show available on Spotify and Apple. If you listen closely, you can actually hear society crumbling. If you listen closely.
You can.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
So much going on coming out of the weekend. Don't forget, Mother's Day is coming up on Friday or Sunday. Friday is the day that I want to tell you about. Friday is not Mother's Day. Mother's Day
Friday
is
before Mother's
Sunday.
Day.
May 8th. It's the Friday before Mother's Day. That's May 8th.
Yeah.
So we got the date right. May 8th is the day I want to tell you about. Mother's Day is the Sunday that follows Friday.
10th.
That would be the 10th. So it's a big weekend. We thought this
math.
last weekend was big. This is a big weekend. And you want to find out how big it is? Don't do anything about it. You'll find out how
that's
big of a
right.
weekend
Forget about
it is. Hey, Fort Smith, Mother's Day, if it's not on your brain, it needs to be. You want to do something for yourself and mom. The Swetnam Cosmetic Surgery Center is open there. They've got a Mother's Day refresh event Friday, May 8th at the spa, the new spa in Fort Smith. Huge specials on injectables, skincare, IV, supplements, and more. You can shop online all day, wherever you are, at SwetnamCosmetic.com. We talk about the Swetnam Edge a lot. It's about vitality. It's about helping you feel like you once did. I've been doing it. It's been great for me over the last really almost 2 years now. Big difference for me. Can be for you too. And it's also a way you can take care of mom, make her day special, get her a day at the spa. You can go on there, SwetnamCosmetic.com, and see all kinds of things that you can do. SwetnamCosmetic.com. And if you're a guy and you want to do what I've done, get your Swetnam Edge, you can go get a free evaluation at SwetnamCosmetic.com as well. It's 8:51 as we wind down a Reaction Monday here on the Chuck and Bo Show. And my, have we been reacting.
We have.
I feel like there's more to Bart's weekend that we haven't heard about. I don't want to leave here today having left anything on the table that Bart wanted to get into. But you just brought up NFL officials.
Yeah, we were talking during the break. Are they going to start the season with replacement refs? It kind of looks like
possible.
that.
We got a dispute.
Yeah, it's possible. They are.
They're fighting.
They're preparing. The NFL is preparing to use replacement refs if the labor dispute is not.
Who are those guys?
Well,
resolved. The replacement refs.
Yeah,
Who are those
it's
guys?
not going to
They're
be
gonna
the upper echelon.
They're
of
going to be
college
guys
football.
who come from lower levels of college football.
Wow.
So you're
or retired
Can you
guys.
like
imagine?
you're thinking either like non-power 4 conference guys or D2 conference guys, and perhaps even some retired guys.
So Tommy Kraft could be
Tommy
an NFL
Kraft.
official this fall.
Tommy Kraft, he can
Tommy
do
could
it.
be an NFL official. How about that?
Yeah, that it
What
could
a
happen.
story.
Could happen.
What a story.
Could happen.
Let's start the campaign
Yeah,
now.
we'll get a GoPro on him and send him off and get some content.
That would be good.
Conversations having
Yeah,
with
that
those
would be good.
NFL coaches.
Yeah.
What do you think the first thing he says to Mike Vrabel is?
Yeah.
Can't do that, Coach.
What was it?
Back
Jerry,
up.
Was it Jerry Glanville said NFL stands for not for long, which is how long you're going to be here if you don't start calling them right or something like that. He had that great clip. Not for long.
What was your high from the weekend, Bart? We know what your low was. It was the drive back from Hot Springs where other vehicles weren't cooperating with your traffic
getting
pattern.
tailgated.
Yeah.
No, the high from the weekend was getting to be down in the winner's circle and,
Yes.
and help hand out the trophy.
270, the winner of the ninth
right.
race.
That's right.
And we were down there, and the trophy wasn't big enough for all of us to hand out, so we had Chuck do it.
We all had our hand on the trophy.
We all
We handed it over
on the
to the
trophy.
kid who was about 22 years old. who
Happy
owned the
jockey.
horse. Yeah.
That was really cool. I've never gotten to experience
That was
it
awesome.
before, and that was really fun.
That was really fun.
It was a good time.
Thanks to Oaklawn for making that happen.
The whole weekend at Oaklawn was just fabulous. If you haven't been there and discovered what it is like now with that resort, even if you don't gamble, I mean, there's so much more to do there. You can just enjoy the races. But when you open your curtains up and look out at that track, I mean, it's like staying at a ballpark.
Oh, it really is. I mean, it was cool. And, you know, the thing I like about Oaklawn, you run into people, or at least I do. You run into people all day you haven't seen in a while. You know, it's kind of like a little Arkansas reunion there. At least it was Saturday.
It was awesome.
It was fun.
Softball team took 2 of 3 from Texas over the weekend
Big
while we
deal.
were there. We
Big
watched one of
deal.
those games in the Mainline Sports Bar. They called the Hogs. We called the Hogs. It was fun. Good time. And
great
then,
time.
so when's the softball tournament begin this week?
Tomorrow. It starts tomorrow. Arkansas won't play until Wednesday.
Okay.
But we'll find out who they play tomorrow.
No midweek game for the Razorbacks after Christian Turner's walk-off home run over Ole Miss. They took 2 of 3. The next game will be Friday at Baum Walker against OU.
OU, 3 games left on the home slate.
Hey, we're always giving stuff away monthly here on the show. You just go to register, chuckamboshow.com. You can go register for whatever we're giving away. We'll be talking about that more tomorrow. But for all of us, have a great Razorback Monday.
Great people, great prices, and plenty to pick from. You get it all at Fayetteville Auto Park. Acuras, Chevys, Hondas, Toyotas, even a collision center. All